Greetings, everyone, and fuck you, Stout. And welcome to Saturday Night Insanity. Hey! Okay. It's kind of like I'm a freeze frame of myself. And there's a sound coming out that I'm not really doing. Wow. That's amazing. Anyway. Hi, boys.
John, that is the worst.
Don't quit your day job, Mr. Ventriloquist.
Oh, play it again? Okay, here we go.
No.
Ah!
Well, I thought it would make a nice, refreshing change from my usual. I think the sound's too low. I better turn it up really loud, and then I ear rape everybody.
Okay, with a little ear rape.
So I just like to start off by saying The Last Jedi is an excellent film.
Yes,
A film for movies.
I just love. I posted, for those of you watching this 20 years from now. I posted an update video today in which I revealed that I acquired Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and as I fully expected, there were some comments from people who really dislike that film, and are very vocal about it, and to the point where just like one guy who basically said, I actually don't believe that you looked at any of the criticisms about the film.
That was great.
And if you did, then you didn't learn anything.
That fucking snowflake. Oh
Basically saying that there's no way I could possibly like the film and be a rational thinking human, because all of the arguments to the contrary are so compelling they must be true and accurate and the only opinion of value. Well, fuck you. I liked it. And I'm sorry that it was beyond your limited mental capacity to appreciate.
The best part is he told the guy, "No, I've lost and looked at criticism." It was like, "Fuck you!"
Oh, yeah. I know.
He's such a fucking snowflake.
Well,
He's
basically,
so flimsy.
he was trying to be all pompous and holier than thou and like, oh, you're wrong. You need to look at the very compelling counter arguments in support of it being a poor film, and just went on and on and on. And basically my response was,
and there's that.
Oh, that's funny.
Which is a valid response.
And then there was that really sad person that was just responding to all the positive comments with "No."
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that's sad. Oh my god.
He was just commenting,
Seriously?
no.
Okay, so someone made a comment about like, oh yeah, let's have Star Wars characters play with Star Wars toys in our Star Wars movie. I'm like, okay, so hold on. If you lived in a world with magical space wizards and guys in white armor that shot things, right? Wouldn't your toy soldiers resemble magical space wizards and guys with fucking white armor?
Yes.
Because that's what our toys, our army men resemble our armies.
I was
Their
gonna
army
say,
men resemble our armies. So now
yeah.
I'm not outing this person. I'm not saying this person's stupid, but that's like it's one of those things where like at first we're like, yeah, how'd that, like without thinking, we'll say, yeah, that's a problem, and then someone will like, well, like me, will point it out and like, well, no, it actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then your response would be like, oh, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
A child makes a toy, or a father makes a toy for his child.
Yeah.
And what is he? Kid wants a soldier toy.
Yeah.
What a Jedi.
Or a Jedi toy, or something like that, or a toy of a monk, or something like that. What do you live in this universe? What do you make that out of? What are your monks?
Yeah,
what are your soldiers?
Live in a world of space wizards
in that universe. And that's I was going to say, I thought your example was perfect, where he said, "Oh, I guess someone didn't play with Green Army men when they were a kid."
That's the example. I play with G.I. Joe and Army men.
G.I. Joe was originally based on actual like soldier design, you know,
exactly
from our world.
That are a real life fighting.
So this is the start. And I mean, one of the recurring themes of Episode 8 is the fact that the Jedi and everybody were seen as legends. So what do you do with your legends? You make fucking action figures of them.
So don't jump on that person. That person was just bringing up something they thought was a problem, which I illustrated was
I know.
Right? And I'm just saying that a lot of people have these little things like this, right? And they're like, this means it's a bad movie. I'm like, no. You just don't, either you don't understand the context or you just can't get over the fact that it's a movie.
Well,
it's fake. It's not real, guys.
The problem that I see with all of the criticisms is, and we talked about this before, is people aren't looking past the surface. They're just seeing something on the surface and immediately jumping to all these conclusions instead of actually stopping and thinking about it for a second. Like, there is nothing in that movie that isn't there for a reason and doesn't make sense and doesn't further the story in some way. I mean, you may not like...
There are things, they fit into the universe, if you will. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's the basic stuff like, oh, explosions in space? Yeah, that is...
It's science fantasy.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Exactly. It fits the universe of Star Wars. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like...
Yeah. Was people using
technically it doesn't make sense. Let's just be fair.
It's not real science. It's fantasy.
People using that particular scene with that particular classic character as an example. Well, that person shouldn't have been able to survive in space. And it's like, yes, because all the physics in Star Wars movies... representation of space have been so sound so far.
Well, the way the lasers fire in that movie, that's not how lasers would work. You would just see a straight line that would show up and disappear every time it shot.
Yes,
it wouldn't
lasers.
Be like, here's a little tiny dash thing. No, it would be like, here's an entire line.
Yes.
Turns on, it turns off, turns on, turns off. That's laser blast.
Yeah, that is a laser,
The laser fucking sword can't happen because how do you tell a laser to stop at a certain distance?
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you want a best audio example of how space fights happen in reality, go ahead and mute your headset. Just sit there.
Mute your headset, and then imagine two guys in spacesuits punching each other very slowly.
Well, now, explosions... the way it works is...
There's your scientifically accurate Star Wars.
If you were hit with the sound, with the pressure wave of an explosion, you would get that sound inside your own ship.
Yes. But you wouldn't hear you
flying around. You wouldn't hear like things hitting off.
Yeah. The only way sound could travel in space is if there's particulate matter in the area of space where you are for sound to bounce off of and move.
Exactly.
But if there's nothing there, there's going to be no sound.
Exactly. But I mean, it's okay. Like
firing blasters flying 2 inches from your face, you're not gonna hear it.
A lot of the people complaining on your video are proponents of that that fan cut, the non-feminist fan cut, the anti-feminism cut, or whatever.
It's literally called the chauvinist cut. It runs about 46 minutes, and people are like, "Wow, there was so much stuff in there that didn't need to be there," i.e., the women.
Yeah, okay, guy.
Wow, you guys.
If you have that outlook on life, you're going to live a very lonely life.
Oh, by the way,
people don't want to hang out with you.
By the way, the No guy kept repeatedly posting the YouTube link to that, and I kept deleting it every time he posted it.
Oh, after the second time, the third time, I probably would have just banned him from the page. Like, bye.
Yeah.
Never gonna post it again because you're an ignorant piece of shit.
I'm sorry you're such a snowflake that you can't take a few more women in your fucking science fantasy movie. Like,
God forbid. Oh no,
seriously?
There are people of color invading the star roles of your favorite sci-fi franchise. You can A, grow the fuck up, or B, whine like a petulant child. Which do you choose? You know, like fuck's sakes, people.
Petulant child.
Yeah.
Whine like a petulant child.
And I will say, I find it
find a new franchise that you want to latch onto. Like,
I find it interesting that they point to the scene where the person flies back to the ship, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they point to that as, well, that's not realistic. It's like, yeah. And it was so realistic when that bomber run happened in the very beginning of the movie. And there are people like running around and like falling to their death into space and
falling
like
into space. All that
like
space
the
gravity.
doors open and you can see there's nothing in between the person who's in the ship and the open doors. You have no problem with that, which is scientifically impossible.
Well, clearly,
people complain about
there was an invisible force field holding in the atmosphere of the ship, so they didn't get sucked out. And
you actually don't know, but one of those ships could have actually been an Indictor class, and it could have been running an anti-warp field, which means it would have been a gravitational pull preventing you from jumping away from it. So
well, that
means if you fell out of your seat, you would be pulled towards it. But I'm saying it's not mentioned, and it's not that fucking important. Enjoy the ride. It's a ride, guys.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Let's have fun. Whee! Roller coaster. Whee!
Put your hands up.
Whee!
I was gonna say, put your hands up. They might put them far enough up. They might slice the hands off.
Yeah.
You know.
It's okay. Like people like. It's like when people throw like, oh, there's a plot hole in this movie, and then they bring out some continuity error. I'm like, that's a continuity error.
That's not a plot hole. No.
You know,
that term is so misused so often.
Like that.
Speaking of plot holes, real quick,
bring those up and I just go, yep, okay.
This is still like fantasy, not science fiction, but I would like to clear up. I would like to thank fucking Film Theory for finally closing that retarded plot hole from Lord of the Rings that everyone thinks is a plot hole.
Oh,
about flying. Yeah,
the
Eagles to Mordor. The Eagles to Mordor.
Oh, that fuck.
Say if you have a brain cell functioning in your head, please go to Film Theory and look that one up and have him just drill that fact into your fucking brain.
I've got the simplest answer for you though. They're noble fucking eagles, not your goddamn taxi. They owed Gandalf a fucking taxi.
They're not.
I want to be Will Smith right now, going like this.
Yeah. They're not a taxi service for hobbits, is what it is. Yeah.
I mean, there's many other reasons to go into it. That's one of the big ones.
What do the humans or hobbits have anything to offer to the eagles? They can just fly away to another land.
And what's funny is I guarantee you, every single person who argues this quote-unquote plot hole never read the damn book. Because it's explained in detail why they don't do that.
Oh, there you go.
You don't fucking say. Yeah.
So.
Or the T-Rex paddock thing, where it's like, it feels like it's a plot hole because of the way the orientation, the layout of everything is, but it's actually not a plot hole because the way the paddock's laid out, there's like a raised up area where they're feeding, and then the big fucking pit area where the car goes over, and the camera like slowly through editing turns your orientation so that when you go over the edge, you go over to the pit hole, not right onto the fucking platform where the fucking goat was. So it like for a long time people called that a plot hole. I call it a plot hole, but upon further inspection of the film and really paying attention, you can actually see it's really subtle that he like cuts the action, and when he comes back it's at a different angle than this angle.
It was just kind of bad editing.
Yeah, it's not.
It didn't convey that they were going to be on the other side, and well enough.
Filmmaking, because Spielberg should have gotten a better establishing shot of the paddock. So
yeah, it should have been prairie, maybe like a higher up shot.
Yeah, like a high angle, just like a helicopter shot or something.
Yeah, showed like what was on one side and what was on the other. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and like it's just one of those things. Like I'm sure he didn't fucking notice it until probably years later. No one fucking noticed it when it first came out. But even if he did notice it, he probably didn't notice it until they were editing. And it was like such a.
I mean, this plot, quote unquote plot hole, was not even a thing until the YouTube years, is what I would call it. And so like that. So all the years that I grew up loving and watching that movie, never was a thought in my head. Like it was edited wrong, but well enough that you didn't even notice.
There's a plot hole in, was it Frenzy? I think the Hitchcock film. There's an actual legitimate plot hole in Frenzy.
That's right.
A character climbs into the back of a potato truck and he pins up the back, and the driver comes back around because he knocks the guy who's in the back of the truck actually knocks some potatoes off, and a cop pulls him over and he hides, and the truck driver comes over and puts the trailer hitch up and pegs it in with a metal peg, and then walks away. And then later the like literally the next fucking scene, the perpetrator is in the back of the truck, puts his hand on the fucking tailgate, and it pops open. I'm like, what? Like it popped open like it wasn't latched, and the latch wasn't there. And like I'm like, oh, yeah. What? It's a plot hole. What? Hey, Hitchcock did a plot hole. Look at that.
The greatest directors.
I wonder if he did it on purpose, just to see who was paying attention.
Doesn't make it any wrong or right. It still makes it wrong in the sense of the film because it interrupts.
I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff like that with, especially in much ironically much higher production TV shows. We'll have characters with different shirts on, or like characters.
That's a continuity error usually, but this one's a plot hole because it's like they make a plot point of he pegs it closed, and the next shot, oh no, it fell open, like, but it was pegged closed.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying that.
Oh no, just stuff like that in general.
Continuity happen all the time. That shit.
Offhand, I mean, I know that I can probably think of a few if you give me some time, but offhand, I can't really think of any actual plot holes, like something that someone did in one scene that becomes completely unimportant in another scene, or completely overwrites it in another scene.
Only time plot holes happen when you're like rushing to write something on set or something, and you don't have time to like review it. Yeah. That's the only time I think a plot hole really happens. Otherwise, you catch it in the script phase. You're like, well, why'd this happen when you just did this? And you're like, oh, right. Most plot holes you can just avoid by just not being a terrible writer.
Right.
You know, just...
So...
Anyway.
So...
what I will say about the whole Star Wars thing is, like, I don't want to sound... Like, I could care less about whether or not fucking snowflakes are triggered, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What I will say is that...
Why we call you...
It's not like we're saying that's the only... Those are the only people who have anything negative to say about The Last Jedi, and if you hate The Last Jedi, you're just like those assholes. It's like, no. There are people out there who just really expected
something different.
I guess somewhat good reason that...
Look, if you expected
a Star Wars movie... Fair enough, but they expected a Star Wars movie would be for a general audience and that they wouldn't have to read into anything.
And that's still not...
So many people have approached Star Wars that way because it was, it was something that a general audience was attracted to at first. That doesn't mean that it was originally intended to be for a mass audience, although I think we can say
it was. I mean, that's how it started. But
a lot of people are max up their expectations too. Let's not forget.
So I can understand that, like, well, this... I don't want to have to read into my Star Wars movie. I can understand that, but also you're being lazy, and I don't care. That
you don't want to read into your Star Wars.
You have to do some work while you're fucking watching a movie.
I don't.
Fuck you.
Look,
movies are meant to. You need to read into these things if you're going to understand them at all. Any movie, even the shittiest movie.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. But stop having expectations of things. If you have expectations of things, they will never be met. You will always be met with disappointment. This is why art disappoints you a lot of the times, because you get yourself built up. Stop it. Just stop reading things about it. Stop asking people's opinions. Just go and see the fucking movie before you see anything about it. Maybe a trailer.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I mean, people.
That's how you get rid of your expectations. Yeah. And if you say, "Oh, it didn't meet my expectations," you're the problem, not the movie.
Yeah.
That's the fact. That's a fact.
I've said that for years. It's like, just because the movie was not what you personally expected it to be does not mean it was a bad movie. It maybe it was a bad movie, but it doesn't necessarily one does not equate to the other. Just because it wasn't what you expected does not mean it was a bad movie. It just means it didn't meet your personal expectations and wasn't what you personally wanted the movie to be. That is no fault of the movie. That is
exactly. And case in point, Howard the Duck was as awful as I expected it to be.
And banned. Won't be dissing Howard the Duck in my room. Howard's my boy.
I'm sorry. Don't fucking call Howard the Duck. No, it's fine. Look,
that was the best.
See, the problem is,
what better way to come back from my however many weeks hiatus than to just
you had expectations. You need to watch it.
Howard the Duck sucks and gone.
Actually, and I'm honestly trolling. I actually quite liked it the first time I saw it.
You need to watch it again.
I think I showed it to you the first time you saw it.
You did, yeah. I don't remember how old I was, probably like 10 or 11.
I think we watched my Laserdisc of it.
Yeah. And, actually, I may have even been younger. I may have been like 8 or 9.
Check your expectations at the door, Angel Tarragon says. Exactly.
Yes, that's right.
I have expectations. My expectations are this. Entertain me. If you bore me, your movie sucks.
I want to leave feeling that I was entertained.
And I don't mean, I looked at my phone, because guess what? I put the phone down.
But that's the thing. Like, in my case, what my only expectations from a Star Wars movie is I want to see something that adds something to the lore overall. I want some spectacle, I want some humor, and I want to have fun. And I'm sorry, but Last Jedi delivered on all of that, and I was quite satisfied. People accuse me.
Sorry. Don't say you're sorry for that. Don't be sorry for that.
Don't be sorry for enjoying something. Sorry. Oh my God, fuck me. No, but it's like no. There's been people just really toxic accusations because I had the audacity to like the film, and it's like, yeah, you know how you came to your opinions of hatred of the film because either A, you're lazy and you didn't bother to actually put any thought into what was actually going on. B, you just don't like those kinds of movies, and that's fine. Everybody has their own personal preferences. Or C, and I think this is a good chunk of people who have these huge feelings of hate. You watched a bunch of those YouTube videos trashing the movie and had those opinions form your opinion. So it's not actually even your own opinion. You're just echoing the opinions of others. My opinion on The Last Jedi was not based on anybody else, and the same goes for any Star Wars movie or any movie, really. I go into a movie as cold as I possibly can. I don't watch reviews. Might watch a trailer or two. But I go in, I watch the movie, and what you hear when I talk about the movie is my own thoughts and feelings about it. I like it because I liked it. That's really what it boils down to. It's nothing to do with what anybody else said or thought. If other people agree with me, great. If they don't, that's fine too. But if you're going to have an opinion about something, make sure that it's actually your opinion, and you're not just echoing something you've heard someone say on YouTube in a fucking 45-minute rant about how much they thought the movie sucked. My opinions are my own. And
well, that's
they
just
always
it.
Will be.
You actually, you really remind me of a fairly close friend of mine I had growing up in high school. And one of the things that used to always bug me about him is when he would have an opinion on something, and well, he ever, in most cases, that's fine. He has an opinion. We differ like that. But it also became like, if I express an opinion that I liked something, he'd be like, why do you like that? And like get all like kind of like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, because I do. It appeals to me, therefore I like it. Like,
yeah.
As simple as it is. Like, I don't feel a need to explain this. Yeah. I like this particular, like a car or something. I like this car.
Yeah.
You obviously don't like it. Okay, we agree to disagree. You tell me why you don't like it or why it doesn't appeal to you. Sure, that's fine. And then it's all your opinion. But, to try and make me feel like I should feel something for having my opinion on whether or not I like it, like that crosses the line for me. So it used to really annoy me.
Mm-hmm. No, I actually found it, I was laughing as I was reading the comments today on my update video, because some people just got so pissy about the fact that I liked the new Star Wars movie, and I was like, oh, okay. I was thinking about doing a rant video, but if this is the kind of comments I'm getting just on the update video saying I got the movie and I liked it, yeah, that rant video definitely has to happen, because I can't wait to see how many butthurt Star Wars fans just have to throw their 2 cents in and call me some kind of, I don't know, whatever they want to call me. I can't wait to read those
in your
comments.
General direction.
Yes.
I'll boo with them just for the hell of it, Not because I agree with them, just because it's fun to boo.
Oh, yeah. Angel Tarragon reminds me. Angel Tarragon reminds me that's actually a Harlan Ellison quote that I've always really liked, where he said, "No, you're not entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your informed opinion."
I disagree with that statement, because I believe you're entitled to your opinion, but you're also entitled to someone telling you your opinion is wrong. And you have to understand that sometimes someone knows more than you, and that maybe listening to that person and learning from them, provided they're not a piece of shit asshole like I used to.
Doesn't that become an informed opinion?
That's becoming an informed opinion.
That's how you become informed. But you're allowed to have wrong opinions, and you have to understand that people are going to correct you on them when you're wrong, especially when you're very wrong. Because Last Jedi, whether you like it or not, it's not a bad movie. You haven't seen Exterminator City. You don't know what a bad movie is. If you say that any of these movies is the worst movie ever, you just lack perspective.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Really do.
It just tells me that you need to watch more movies. That Last Jedi, well, whether you liked it or not, you're allowed to not like it, mind you.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. It's just a movie you didn't like.
See,
there's a difference. You're not the end-all, be-all, center of the fucking universe.
No.
You don't get to dictate what's good or bad.
No,
I've seen lots of movies you would call bad that I fucking love.
Nor do I. And people are like, oh, you just don't want anybody who has a different opinion. No, I don't care what your opinion is. I'm telling you my opinion. If you want to also share yours, feel free to do so in the comments. The only thing I ask is just don't be a dick about it. That's all I've ever said. I will block you for being a dick. I will not block you for having a different opinion than mine. I mean, if you read the comments on like any of my review videos, there are tons of different opinions in there. Piles and piles. Everybody has, like, oh, I love that movie. Oh, I didn't like that movie. It's like, oh, I hated that movie. And here's why. This and this and this didn't appeal to me because of this and this. Like, oh, yeah, I can understand that. Well, those things don't bother me, so I liked it. And, you know, we have a civilized discussion. But the people just say, you're a fucking idiot because you fucking like that stupid, shitty movie that was stupid and shitty.
Oh, you're a cuck because you're
It's like... yeah.
I think you just described one of the comments verbatim. I swear I've read that exact comment.
I have been back with that.
Written exactly like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you're fucking idiot.
That comment has been on his video at least once.
You like my dumbass troll voice?
Yeah.
Well, it reminded me of the head exploding one that you did ages ago.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, that was when Super Mega... That was like the taste of what YouTube fame is like. It was when Super Mega Transform got featured on the front page of YouTube, back when YouTube still had a front page.
Let's say when it meant something.
Yeah, and it's the only video I have that almost hit 1 million views. It's crazy, like just how many views that thing got, but which was a lot back then. But yeah, it's like, holy crap, like the trolls, it was just an avalanche of trolls. Like, I couldn't even, like, I started off trying to respond to some of them, but, no, it's just, I mean, it was just funny to me, like, wow, people are getting so angry because I made a video and it got featured. Like, oh, sorry.
I do have to address one last frequent moron criticism I see. So-and-so movie or whatever property ruined my childhood.
Oh, God.
Well, your childhood one. If your childhood is ruined by one thing, your childhood sucked.
Yeah.
I have lost. I sat through childhood. There are going to be 9 more Transformer movies. Trust me, my childhood's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not watching any of them. My childhood survived. I still have memories of season 3 Transformer in the movie. You know, like those.
I'll watch them. Hey, I've got the Matrix set over there. Anytime I want some old school Transformers that I grew up with, I just pop those discs in and have a marathon, man.
My childhood's not dead. It's just slumbering.
It's just slumbering. The inner child is alive and well, kids. But yeah, and I mean, I see other people saying like, oh, you know, true old original Star Wars fans don't like The Last Jedi, and if you do, then you're not a true Star Wars fan. And,
oh Lord!
But that's
no
not
true
even just
Scotsman.
It's not even just. Yeah, it's the true Scotsman fallacy, isn't that? But
no true Scotsman.
Yeah, no true Scotsman. That's what it is. Yeah,
no true Scotsman.
But I see that for all fandoms. Like it's not
every fandom.
I just use Star Wars because that's the one we're talking about. But
you like something? You're a true fan. Look at that. That's all it took.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations, you're a true fan. Do you like just the prequels? Do you like just Last Jedi? Do you hate all of them except for the Ewoks cartoon or movies? Fuck you, you're still a fan. I think you have terrible taste, but that's fine.
Well, exactly, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, well, take like Ninja Turtles, for example. Oh, you like this version of Ninja Turtles? Well, that means you're not a true fan because you didn't like this other version of Ninja Turtles.
They never quote the comic when they say that.
Yeah. It's like, well, I've been a fan since the original black and white comics, so fuck you, Mr. Wannabe True Fan. I'm a true fan. But... First issue I ever read was number 5 of the Mirage Studios comics. That was the first Ninja Turtles I ever That was my introduction to the Ninja Turtles universe. In the middle.
I've got the 5th printing of the 2nd issue.
It was the middle. I used to have the 2nd printing of the 2nd issue. I think I still have it actually, somewhere. I've got a couple of random issues from back then, but
I've got a few old issues too, but
yeah, it's great stuff.
Whenever I find in dollar bins, I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, any of the original Mirage Studios ones, hell yeah.
Oh, you'll find anything in dollar bin if it's beat up enough. So.
Yeah, that's true. I love dollar bins. Comics. I got a lot of old indie comics from dollar bins and stuff. You know, and some of them pretty nice, pretty nice quality considering. Like for a dollar bin, anyway. Not near mint, but anyways. Yeah. No, there was a lot of I was collecting back issues of a lot of independent stuff, like from Aircell Comics, for example, which was a Canadian indie company back in the '80s. They did a whole bunch of black and white stuff.
Did someone actually time out Garbage Gamer for 600 seconds?
No, I timed someone out.
Oh, was that a troll?
Misread that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Don't say their name or with it. I just wanted.
No, I'm not saying.
Okay. I read it wrong. I apologize.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
So-and-so's Garbage Gamer timed out so-and-so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, we gotta get Garbage Gamer back. It's not cool.
Like, what the hell did he say?
I know, right? Like, wow.
500
times. I was pretty sure he was a mod. How did he get banned?
Oh. He got banned by a more moddier mod.
I banned myself on accident.
Damn it.
Damn, I'm such an asshole.
I hate me. I was out of line. I needed to be timed out. Hey, aficionados, Chris.
Ask Chris, what's up, buddy?
Mister, I play Uno a lot.
You say you play with Play-Doh a lot?
I play with myself a lot.
Yeah, I play with myself too much. I don't have any pickups this week, by the way. My pickups was a fridge full of food this week. I just loaded up on food.
I paid rent.
And I think, the last stuff I got was the graphic novels you guys saw last week. So, those will be in this Wednesday's comic book update for anyone who missed it. So, I didn't realize how far behind I was on update videos. Like, when I looked at my stack of graphic novels that I'd set aside for the update, I was like, wow, some of these I got, like, months ago. Like, shit. I should probably get these update videos done. So, it's going to be updates all week. There's a couple package openings as well. So, be sure to check those out. I've got couple pretty cool packages this week from some awesome viewers.
We have sad news to report, though.
There was a couple of notable deaths this week, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. One just happened.
Just today. Yeah,
Hours
we lost Verne Troyer, Mini-Me himself.
Rip in peace.
And he was, what, like 49? He's
49.
49. He was young still.
3 years older than me.
But he'd been fighting a bunch of illnesses, and, he obviously... Being a person of his stature, he probably had a lot of other health issues that we had no idea about.
Usually,
yeah, for sure. Well, he will definitely be missed. He was a very, very funny guy.
He was.
Saw him in, of course, everybody will remember him from Austin Powers. I saw him in a lot of other stuff, too, just like, cameo appearances and whatnot. Always fun.
And the other really shocking one yesterday in the dance music arena was Vici passed away.
Who?
Oh, the DJ.
Oh, Vici, right?
Yeah. You probably recognize some of his music to hear it.
Oh, okay.
He was only 28.
Holy crap! Wow.
Yeah.
He had a few hits in 2014, 2015, and they made it on commercials. You probably heard him on commercials.
Oh, okay, I probably heard him if.
Yeah, you definitely heard his music, but he had been dealing with some pancreatitis due to drinking and some other issues apparently.
The other one, of course, that I think shocked everybody was Arlie Ermey.
Oh, yeah.
Passed away. Yeah, actually the day after SNI last week. The best drill sergeant ever.
Oh, yeah.
And now he actually is that drill sergeant from the Frighteners.
Oh, that's right. He was in the Frighteners, yeah.
He was such a strong actor. He basically changed the face of drill sergeants in cinematic history.
Yeah.
Every single one would be compared to him.
Yeah.
All basically based from him. He was a prototype.
Well, he often got...
He really was. He broke the mold, and he became the mold.
He did. Like, I remember he often got called in just to play the drill sergeant in, like, a scene of something because he was so good and so beloved. I remember, actually, Space Above and Beyond, I think it was, he was the drill sergeant in the first episode. He shows up, and they're all in boot camp, and... Like, I hope they don't yell at us. And then it's Ermey as the drill sergeant. It's like, oh, you're going to get yelled at.
My favorite was when he made the cameo in the Geico commercial as the therapist.
Oh, God, yes.
Because it's like, just the moment the camera pans around and you see that it's him, it's like, you know what's coming, but it's still
You're just
so
waiting
great.
for it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that's really sad, but you know what makes me sad? You do! And he just flies the
yeah, I remember that.
He's like, need a tissue? Throws it at the guy.
Yeah.
That's
great.
But yeah, no, I know a lot of people remember like his drill sergeant type roles. What I remember him for was as the sheriff in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
where he was bloody scary in that.
Yeah.
He's the best part of that movie. No,
absolutely.
It's a bad movie. It's okay, but I like the additions to the mythos that the writer brought into it with the families on property and stuff like that.
Which one was it?
The
2003 remake.
Sorry, the 2003 one?
There's only been one remake. There have been two sequels to the original.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get
so one prequel. There's been two prequels and a bunch of sequels, but this is only one remake so far.
All right, I'll check that one out.
Confusing.
Yeah, like, he's in that. He's basically what I actually remember. You know, I saw it in theaters, but yeah, his role was definitely what I remembered.
Well, like they added a bunch of stuff like the mythos with that, and then Ermey is so fucking amazing in that movie. He's so.
Yeah, How's Your Father points out, yes, he played a great drill sergeant because he actually was a sergeant. That is correct. Yeah, he actually started off in the military. And then I guess after he retired, he got into acting. And he was, I think he was originally a consultant on Full Metal Jacket. But Stanley Kubrick just liked his style so much, he said, well, why don't you just play the drill sergeant? It's like, okay. And a lot of those memorable, things that he's saying, just horrible things that he's saying to the recruits, he actually improvised. So he was like, an improv drill sergeant / comedian, basically. Because, I mean, obviously it's very...
I have my favorite one that he
tongue-in-cheek. Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Just looks straight at the guy and he goes, I bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have a goddamn common courtesy to give you him a reach around.
Yes. That's one of my favorites, too, yeah.
Always do the reach around. Always gotta do the reach around.
Always give the guy the reach around. That's
or girl. To be fair, you're fucking anyone in the ass. You better
well, that's true. That's true. It's just it's manners, man. Come on.
Doesn't matter who you're fucking in the ass. Common courtesy. Reach around, motherfucker. Get on it.
What's the other one? He goes, Texas, huh? He goes, steers and queers come from Texas, and I don't see any horses walking around. Yes, rest in peace.
Absolutely. We rest very loudly in peace.
Yes. Harley Ermey's probably the only. Wherever he ends up at, he's probably the only person there that would terrify the almighty being that's watching over.
Okay. Who would you cast to play Ermey in a biopic?
Oh
God.
That's an interesting character.
Well, as it sits right now, nobody.
Chris Farley! No, wait a minute.
You have to cast a young person, because it's about his early life, right? So, who would you cast? Who do you think could... Because, I mean, obviously, he's not the drill sergeant, that personality at the beginning. But he comes out through his life.
That's true, yeah.
Who do you think could pull that off? I mean, other than Carl Urban, who can pull anything off. But...
Actually, no, that's not a bad pick.
Carl Urban?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I
mean, maybe it doesn't quite look like him, but I could see him having the presence.
We got makeup effects, brother. We'll make him look like him.
Clearly, Nick Offerman.
Wow. I would literally, if Nick Offerman said I want a screen test for this, I would give him the screen test. I would be like, yes, come
to see what he does.
Yeah, he might be amazing. You don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
He might be amazing. And just be like,
I just thought, like, because his sort of shtick is understatement.
Oh yeah, I can just sort of see like you wouldn't even have the courtesy to give him a reach around.
I know.
Now, okay,
the most laid-back
this person could pull off the voice of R. Lee Ermey, which I know he can't, but I mean he might be able to pull off an American accent pretty well.
Yeah.
But for a middle-aged R. Lee Ermey, like a middle of his life kind of thing, Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell as R. Lee Ermey.
Go look at a picture of a middle-aged R. Lee Ermey, and then go look at Simon Cowell.
No, that giant puddle of human waste can get any jobs.
Wow,
he's a douchebag, allegedly.
Yeah,
but he's made a career out of it.
Yeah, he did. There's a reason why he's really good at what he does. And there's nothing wrong with that, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a job and he's got to do it. Some jobs make you an asshole.
I can't think of anybody.
I started watching Black Mirror about a week ago, just kind of slowly chewing my way through it. Wonderful British anthology series. Not
in South Africa, actually.
How the hell can you even describe it? It's like
Twilight Zone, but sci-fi. But hard sci-fi.
It's sci-fi, hard sci-fi, but also lots of moralistic tales exposing the dark side of human nature, which I guess is the Black Mirror of the title. But,
yes. It's kind of Twilight.
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I've seen the first 3 episodes, and every single one of them just rips your heart out and stomps all over it by the end. Like
you don't even know until you get to San Junipero.
It's so wow. That's even more so wow. It's just so well written and so powerful, and deeply thought provoking. Just amazing series. Sorry, you were gonna say, Cass?
I was gonna say one word could describe my feeling in the first 2 episodes I watched was I would say despair.
Despair, yes.
Yeah, just the feeling of dread for the characters you're watching, and like
I definitely had you in mind when I was watching the first episode. I was like, okay, I got to show this to Cass, if only for this episode.
Yeah. Well, and you know what's funny? What's funny about it, and I'll do this in a way to not obviously give anything away. But,
yeah.
The premise of the episode, if I was just to tell someone who knew nothing about the show and hadn't seen it and said, this is the premise, they'd laugh, because it's a very laughable thing. But when you actually see it in the context of the show, it's like really like that whole element goes away. Like you never come back to the whole wait a minute, this is what it's about, and start giggling. Like it's really wow, this is actually like you're so drawn into it. It just becomes serious.
I found like the first couple scenes, you're kind of giggling because like as it's sort of laying everything out, and he's like oh my god, and it's just like escalating, and he realizes he's trying to keep it under control and realizes things are just spinning so wildly out of control so fast, and it's funny, but I mean it's darkly funny. And then as it progresses and unfolds, it just gets dark. Like you go from that concept and take it to such dark places, like, oh my god, like, by the end, you're just like, well, fuck.
I like the little sort of social media commentary in the very first scene.
Yeah.
When obviously they see the thing and they're like, what was it? Like, well, we've wiped it off the internet and that, and like that. We're like, well, unfortunately, it's already got like 1 million views on YouTube, and it's been up for like 9 minutes or something.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
and then they're like, and it's the top trending thing on Twitter, and you're just like, God damn it!
I know. Yeah, it's great stuff. But and then the second episode, which was all about the, it was kind of almost Orwellian in the sort of its depiction of future society, how all the people were basically sort of slaves to powering society, like powering the world, and they would all get on these exercise bikes and just pedal away all day, and that was how everything was powered, and that's where most people worked, was in these pedal factories. And everything, we talk about physical versus digital media, and it was a society where nobody had any actual physical possessions other than maybe a couple of dishes or something. Everything was digital. Like, everything was your avatar and things you would buy for your avatar, but you wouldn't have any actual physical possessions and stuff. And it's reminding, you're mentioning Simon Cowell, how it had the sort of American Idol show that everybody would want to go on, because it would mean they could get off the pedal bikes and be a celebrity instead. So it was either be on the pedal bikes forever or be some kind of a celebrity. That was your two choices in this society. And then there was just this wonderful, multi-layered sort of morality tale that goes throughout that.
And of course, you have to be very amoral to be a star, because you're going to be asked to do things that question your own morality, and that's part of the brilliance of that culture. And and you have to watch a certain amount of ads, which there's just a little subtle thing which is going to be the future. It wasn't even the big thing about the movie or the show. It was just a little thing that kind of was a little plot point later on. But you have to watch a certain amount of ads, and you can skip a certain number. And you have tokens that you earn from working, and watching ads, and that's how you can get ads to go away. And that's going to be in the future, by the way. That's going to be a future thing.
That's what made it particularly scary to me. I was like, "Fuck, this is the future we're heading towards."
People incorporate.
You get penalized for skipping ads.
We must strike down Citizens United. It's crippling our democracy.
Crazy.
And it will cause shit like Black Mirror, one of the various Black Mirror things to happen.
We're already seeing things happen in average everyday life today that feel very much like what we saw in dystopian science fiction 30, 40 years ago. So
we live in a dystopia of our own creation.
When we say this is probably gonna happen, that's why we're saying it, because we've already seen dystopian shit that wasn't supposed to happen.
When I was a kid, and see, I'm over 30, so I can actually say these things. When I was a kid, when I looked at sci-fi novels or sci-fi imagery, particularly Ralph McQuarrie and those kind of guys, it was not always dystopia. Sometimes you saw verdant fields in space, and beautiful fucking space stations and I just why couldn't we have gone that direction? Why are we in this awful dark universe with Donald the fucking Tangerine president?
I was just gonna say, Worm Disease says my friend watched the first episode of Black Mirror and hated it. She was disgusted by it. Completely understandable, but also bear in mind it is an anthology series, so every episode is something completely wildly different. And it's different cast, different story. I mean, that one was kind of a modern day tale, political drama in the world of social media. The second one is dystopian science fiction, And
then there's San Junipero is not dystopian or dark. It's just one of those beautiful, I can't wait things ever. I love that episode. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
But that episode will still crush you emotionally, but for completely different reasons than say Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
Another episode. That's oh my god, please, oh my god, that's already. By the way, Heavy Metal, the episode is already a reality. Yeah. It's already a fucking thing that happens, or can happen. Yeah. We're only 5 years away from Heavy Metal being a fucking problem.
That's crazy. So I definitely plan to watch the rest of the seasons. Are really short too. They're the first couple seasons are 3 or 4 episodes, and then I think it's 6 for each of the last.
There is a movie length Christmas special also in one of those seasons.
There's a few longer episodes. I know some that
are. There's no length. They're just as long as they need to be to tell the story, which is why I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because some of them are 45 minutes, some of them are 60. Yeah,
it's very good. Have you seen it, Stout? Have you seen any of Black Mirror?
Not yet.
Oh,
really want you to watch it because I really want to talk to you about it.
Yeah,
I think
to see it.
You of all fucking people are gonna just devour that show.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it.
Depression spirals and anxiety, internet searches, and all about it. Let me tell you, that shows your fucking speed, dude.
There you go. You're gonna love it.
I still need to watch more Altered Curve, and I've only seen one episode. Speaking of things I need to see that are awesome.
Oh, good stuff.
All right, I have my answer for who could play Arlie Ermey.
Okay, who?
Okay.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Ooh, you guys are all choosing people who are much older than I was expecting. I'm thinking like Armie Hammer.
I could see that.
Okay, we're talking like 20.
The only other one I can think of really is Jake Gyllenhaal, and I don't feel like he has the he
has the eyebrows.
Project his voice.
He can do it. I think chameleon.
He's like a chameleon, exactly. He can become anybody.
He's almost as good as Carl Urban.
In terms of like projecting his voice the same way that Arlie Ermey does, I don't know.
Like I could see Armie Hammer doing it honestly, because it's a younger one. He doesn't have the same presence, so he can grow into it. You know, different character for the older.
Matt's Funhouse mentions my favorite episode is the entire history of you. That's the last. That's the last one I watched. Co-starring Jodie Whittaker, the new Doctor Who, by the way. It was nice. That was actually, I guess, the first thing I have seen her in properly. So, yeah, it was good stuff. That was one where you kind of knew where things were going, but you just had to see how it all unfolded.
Arcane was like that for me. I knew exactly where it was going to go.
Yeah, and it was terrible. I felt
like, no.
I just felt so bad for the main character, and just like, wow, dude, I totally know how you feel and why you're freaking out, and you just have to know. You have to know definitively, and oh god, just pain, pure pain. So I needed a break after that one.
I mean, like some of the ones I've seen, like I have watched. I'm not even done with the whole series, mind you. Because it really does. Some of them will really hit real close to home, and you'll be like, "Oh fuck me."
Yeah.
Holy shit! And you need to take some time away from it and cleanse your brain with something else. But not because it's bad, but because it's just heavy. You know. Oh, here's a recommendation I think everyone should see. The Netflix documentary series called Wild Wild Country. It's about.
He's been talking about this to me for a while now, and even I want to go watch it now.
So it takes place in Oregon, and it talks about these. What are they called? I don't want to fuck their names up. It's not. The more's not working. Why is the more button not working? What the hell? Rajneeshpuram is the name of the city. Rajneeshes, I guess, is what they are. Anyway,
there's some really weird places in Oregon.
It's an Eastern mythology. It's an Eastern mysticism cult that actually, outside of the corrupting influence in it during the time that this documentary takes place, doesn't actually seem like all that bad of a concept for a cult. Like as religions go, it's not really abusive. It's talking about it's actually a positive thing for the most part.
Not that bad.
No, because there's always a poison apple, right? And in this case, a certain person who the documentary spends the first 2 or 3 episodes making you like this person because you're on their side, then shows you all the sides, and you're hating the people of this town, like the residents of this town, because they're just the worst fucking people. We're Christians. We don't want no weird people living in here. We want our peace and quiet. Those fucking people. Those fucking people, folks. You know what I mean? FOLX, folks. The worst kind. The worst. The ones that are racist but don't even admit they're racist or can't see the fact they're racist. Or, they
don't know anything else.
Yeah, because they lived in this town of 40 people and all of them are white.
So and it's like so it's kind of like The Sacrament in a way?
No.
Horror, I guess.
No. It's no horror. No one. I don't think anyone actually died. Last I checked, I think just a lot of people got sick.
Well, spoilers.
But no. But it's not that the conflict is between the cult in this town that moved in next door on farmland and basically built a city themselves next door, and it's fascinating watching these people. Like you just, oh my god, you're gonna hate and love people.
Not enough room for the both of us.
Yeah, it's just so weird because it spends part of the documentary making you love certain characters, certain people. I want to say characters, but I mean they're people. And then it shows you the bad side of those people, and then you're still going I'm still kind of siding with them actually. Like, I'm still kind of on their side. I mean, I feel bad about it, but I mean, you know, they weren't that bad. You know, like, it's like one of those. But it's a really good documentary. It's very fascinating. Yeah, racism isn't even racism to them. It's just a natural way of life. That's correct. Or the type of people that make misinformed opinions about people they don't even know. Hypocrisy of skin slip. Oh. Oh, I see. Here's my hypocrisy. I'm gonna time you out. You can have fun. 10 minutes.
Boom. Okay. Sorry. Just got to address a few things. I was kind of typing while you guys were talking. Who was saying somebody? Oh yeah, Fly Attractor was saying, "Hey Sean, did you know about the new run of Doctor Who Target novels being put out?" Yes, I did. Actually, interesting. As you most of you will know, the BBC reprinted a bunch of the original Target novels a few years back, between 2011 and 2013. Most of which had the original covers, some of which had new covers done by the original cover artist for the ones done back in the 70s, which was pretty cool. So they reprinted a whole bunch of them. And then now, apparently, they're doing a new run of Target novels, which adapt some of the new episodes of like the current series, which is pretty cool. So they got one that adapts the premiere episode, the first episode of the 2005 series, one that adapts the 50th anniversary story, and then one that adapts one of the other ones. I can't remember, but yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool idea that they're doing that. I don't know if they're really something I'd rush out to get. Personally, I'm more interested in the novelizations of the old series, but I might pick a couple of them up, you know.
Worm Disease wants to know if you have any Doctor Who vinyls.
I do. I did a couple of videos about them a while back.
There you go, Worm. You can go look it up now.
Yeah, if you go to my Doctor Who playlist on my YouTube channel, just scroll through it. You can find there's, I think, 2 videos. About,
does it say vinyls in the title? Because you can just search for vinyls.
It does. Yeah.
There you go.
I think it's Doctor Who on vinyl. Parts
you type in vinyl into search on his channel, you can find all the videos.
You can probably find it. Yeah. Yeah, was it you that mentioned earlier you found, yeah, you mentioned earlier you got like a Tomb of the Cybermen one, which is that's a recent release, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They released a bunch of the music from, like, the 60s era, which is pretty cool. FK. Oh, sweet! Yeah, Angel, seriously, grab that.
What's FK?
Forever Night. Forever Night Season 3.
Less than $80 sealed? Oh wow, that's a good price.
$80 sealed, yeah. I mean, I think those sets went for about 60 or 70 new, like when they first came out. So $80 now, when they're this long out of print, that's actually a pretty good price, especially brand new.
Got a question over in Discord. What Broken Lizard films have you seen?
Which one?
What Broken Lizard films have you seen?
Broken Lizard, Super Troopers. That's it.
You haven't seen Club Dread or
no, I haven't
or
seen
Beer Fest? Oh,
I have not seen.
I've seen Beer Fest.
I've seen all of them.
I love Super Troopers. Looking forward to the second one.
Oh yeah, that comes out this week, I think. Friday. Came out Friday, I think.
Says Aficionados Chris says I've been buying most of the game soundtracks on vinyl. I did get hold of that Transformers one because of course I did.
Right over there.
So as you know, I was kind of miffed that was coming out on vinyl only. But then I was further miffed when I checked out some fan reviews of it, and apparently some of the tracks are cut. They're actually not even full tracks. So
they're it's something the Japanese do, like when they do highlight clips and stuff. So like they have it's a selection, so it's just like a little pieces of. It's the majority of the track that you.
Because there's been a fan collection. That's
not the company's fault, by the way. It was what they were saying. Just so we're clear.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, still, it's whoever.
It's called attraction.
Whoever was responsible, poo on them.
Yeah, I know, I agree.
You're a bunch of poop.
But here's the thing: is like there's been a fan collection out for a number of years where fans basically went through all 98 episodes of the original Transformers meticulously and found any instances they could where there was no dialogue or sound effects on top of the music. Took all those little bits and pieces and assembled a complete soundtrack for the entire series. And it's like 3 hours of music for the entire thing.
And they also use that plus the attract CDs to make, like, stitch them together to make one complete song and stuff like that. So, like,
well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
they went really detailed with that.
They go through all the disparate sources that they can get their hands on to get the best quality representation and the most complete presentation as possible. And
best preservationists.
It's amazing some of the work that that these fans have done doing this. But yeah, so anyway, that set's been floating around for a long time because an official release seemed unlikely. So now we finally get some kind of official release, and it's such a tiny selection of the available music, and on a limited edition, only on one format. Like, it's really,
that's because that was all up for licensing, I guess.
It's really disappointing. But
yeah, I mean, the company explained on Twitter, like, you know, that was what they was up for licensing. They do only vinyl anyway.
Yeah,
they, you
it's
know,
a vinyl company.
The matches they were sent, they're gonna see if they can repress it. I guess.
Yeah.
They can find the original. They can actually get the actual masters, which I guess is actually still a possibility. So.
Never know.
So they might actually repress the discs and give them people who, you know, already ordered. Get a replacement disc.
Yeah. That is very nice. I mean, I'm not going to deny that is a beautiful. Beautiful vinyl.
I didn't know about the. I mean,
which one did you get? Like, which disc did you get?
I got.
Chris, you're really quiet.
Because there's 3. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're in a closet right now.
How's this?
That's a little
much
better.
better. You gotta eat the fucking mic, dude.
I gotta suck the mic stick.
There you go.
Might be because I'm using a new browser.
So there was the Optimus, the Megatron, and the Bumblebee.
Yeah, I got the Bumblebee.
You got the Bumblebee.
I'll explain why I got the Bumblebee.
Why did you get the Bumblebee, Chris? Please
because
explain.
It was all that was left.
Because nobody wanted the Bumblebee.
No, nobody wants fucking Bumblebee. But
hey, they're brave, and honorable fans of Bumblebee. I mean, they're not a lot of.
I know. Well, okay. If it was a hot rod vinyl variant, then I'd feel screwed. But I mean,
hey, fuck you! Hot Rod's the best Autobot leader.
Boy, did you just say that to the wrong person?
Rodimus Prime is the best Autobot leader. He's the only leader that actually had a fucking.
Ultra Magnus would have been a better leader.
Ultra Magnus was a fucking soft-bodied prick.
Ultra Magnus was Robert Stack. You show respect.
Ultra Magnus was a soldier, not a leader.
Exactly. He didn't want the fucking mantle, man. It wasn't his.
He wasn't worthy.
He thought he wasn't worthy. He doesn't have the look. He didn't think he was right for leadership. He was not. He didn't have the right.
Oh God, we're talking about self-doubt. Who has more self-doubt, Ultra Magnus or Hot Rod? Fuck.
But the thing about Hot Rod is he grows as a character throughout the season. That's the thing. It's why he's he's not just a goody two shoes with I'm just of my morals and fuck you. I have no character change. No.
No. Let's drive through this barricade so we can get the crashing ship look from Lookout Mountain.
Here's the reality. Here's the truth about your problematic leader. Optimus Prime enslaved a poor AI and didn't even give it the fucking ability to speak. That's Roller. He has sentience. He cannot communicate. That's Optimus Prime's fault.
Oh, wow.
He enslaved some poor bastard AI.
You don't know that he was enslaved. Perhaps they have a symbiotic relationship. You don't know what goes on in that trailer when he's in robot mode.
Oh, you don't know what goes on in that trailer.
No,
Optimus's secret sex club.
You give him no arms, no legs. He just roll around and beat.
If he could tell you the things he's seen, oh my God.
The truth.
You ever wonder why the trailer disappeared?
Optimus Prime was a problematic hero, okay?
So back to the vinyl.
Yeah.
I will say, look, I'm a consumer whore. That's really the main reason I bought the fucking thing.
Yes.
We are
You're preaching to the choir.
Like the rest of you, had I known... Well, I mean, I still would have fucking bought it anyway, but...
Oh my God.
I will say, the thing that irked me about it when I got it, because I actually got it earlier than I was expecting. I think they, like, shipped it the day I pre-ordered it. But the vinyl's a gatefold. So I'm sure I don't have to explain what that is. But
oh, pretty.
This is the gatefold. However, what I thought was interesting is it's a single LP, so A side A side B. However, it has an opening for a second LP.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
I thought that was interesting because
I've got a lot of old gatefolds like that.
Because like you were talking about how it's only on vinyl as opposed to like CD or digital. Blah, blah. I thought, well, these days a lot of vinyl I've been buying comes with a little download card for like
not that one
version. Yeah, not this one.
No,
nope. Like, you had not one but two places you could have stuck one.
Yeah.
And you didn't
bother. It was totally due to their license. That much I know is because they only because people were asking like, will there at least be a downloadable version? It's like, nope, no streaming, no downloads, no CD, no digital, nothing. It's strictly a vinyl release and nothing else.
Welcome to the 70s, bitch.
This is actually my second Enjoy the Tunes record. That's the company who released this. They did the Nicktoons one that I have over there as well.
Nice.
And both times I've bought from Enjoy the Tunes, Enjoy the Tunes. That's like a goth band. Both times I've bought one, they come bent at the corner. And I don't even know how that happens. They're like mummified.
It's called improper packing.
Yeah.
I think it's called improper pressing. Because these things were packaged pretty well.
Yeah.
That good old G1 art. Ugh. Wait, why the fuck is Optimus Prime on here twice?
Because he's that awesome.
No, I actually didn't really look at this.
He's an irresponsible leader. He gave the go-ahead to create 5 AIs, and like without fucking no reason, and then loose them upon. Then when he couldn't control them, he just let them off on an island. Poor Dinobots.
Tonight's pot ramble brought to you by.
I was not fit to lead the Autobots.
Head on, applied directly.
He put the Dinobots on the island so they would have room. They kept wrecking everything every time they were doing their exercises, so he put them there.
So he had 5 autistic children instead of fucking, love his children, he just put them on an island.
No, he did not. You make it sound like he abandoned them there.
He did!
Don't fucking use the phrase autistic for the Dinobots while I'm drinking.
They loved that island. It was totally their kind of place. And anytime they needed help, they say, hey, Dinobots, we could really use your help. It's like, okay, me, Grimlock, bring Dinobots. Cool. It was a good relationship. There was no animosity there. If anything, they had a worse relationship when they were living in fucking the Ark.
Just because they loved him, even though he was abusive, doesn't mean he was a good leader.
Not abusive. If anything, they abused the shit out of him. You go back to watch War of the Dinobots, motherfucker.
Listen to this
Grimlock tried to
blamer.
kill Optimus and take over leadership of the Autobots.
Victim blaming.
Victim blaming.
Oh god.
And did you know he transforms into a convoy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know the Transformers taught Stockholm Syndrome.
They did.
Poor Roller. Poor Roller.
Fucking Roller. How many times did we even see Roller? Like once in the entire series?
That's why he's so bad.
You see him like maybe 6-8 times for the whole series.
No, not that
for the whole
many.
Series. For the whole series, 6-8 times total.
You sure? But I don't think we saw him that many times. I remember him from like episode 2. Where they had the bomb in the crystal cave, and then...
Yeah, they had to sell Optimus Prime the toy, so they had to show him off. But no. He's rolling out.
Hey, thanks, Fly Tractor.
He doesn't have any lines or anything, but no, he doesn't do anything heroic outside the episode.
He beeped like R2-D2. Like, it was literally the R2-D2 beeps.
Yeah.
Just lifted straight out of Star Wars and plopped
into
the whole
time.
Transformers.
He's just cursing Optimus.
Sorry,
you son of a bitch. If I could do anything other than what you commanded, I'd fucking kill you. Piece of shit, and he's over there like just doing whatever.
Nice.
Just sobbing.
Sorry, nice, strong, sad. I hope we're being really loud and annoying all the people in the adjacent rooms.
God, is anyone fucking? Hear people fucking?
That's right. Put a glass up to the wall. Actually, in one of those hotels, you don't need a glass. You can hear everything.
But
I have vinyl.
Pickups?
I have 5.
Oh yeah, I don't have any.
I have 5
so
and
I
I
don't
have
care.
none.
But you guys have. I am very well. I have food, so that's good. I'll be eating.
I paid for my rent, so.
9.
Yeah.
None.
All right, Stout. You get to go first this week.
Hi.
You're the favorite.
Unless you want to finish eating first. I mean, it's up to
I
you.
am the favorite. Thank you.
You're my favorite.
Oh.
Tied with Skin Slip and Sean and Cassie and Eric and you know what? Everyone's tied for number 1.
Wow, how impartial
The first
of you.
thing I got
Highest
is no, it's over there somewhere.
Where?
Yeah, it's right here.
Your
It's
bandwidth
a PS2.
can't handle the motion. Oh, you got a silver one.
It's kind of
Cool.
hard to tell
There it
because
is.
it's so goddamn small. It's just so tiny.
This looks like the awkward.
Yeah, I have a slim
angle
as well.
cam.
I've got a slim
Mine-
and fat. I'm gonna play the slim until it dies.
Mine's
I like
black.
them.
I want the fat to live as long as possible.
My fat died. It was eating
It came
discs.
with this.
Nice.
It came with this.
That is a
And then
wonderful
I
game.
also got this.
I need to get that.
Cool.
to go with it.
See
And
how many
I have
buckets
Burnout
of chicken
Bullet
you
in the
can
mail.
feed CJ.
I don't get that. I never played
So
that game.
my total PS2 collection now stands at
Wow. Hey, you got some good shit there.
Phantom Brave, nice.
Which
Yeah,
SSX is that?
I knew you'd spell that.
Huh?
first one.
The first one. All right. Get SSX 3 if you can. That one is so much fun.
Duh.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, mine too.
I got this at the dollar store today.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
it's the Fathead one. This one's or the Hammerheads, or what they call it.
That's pretty cool.
Sean, just a placeholder. Tell your story after pickups about SSX3 at the movie theater.
Okay.
Is this a case of me remembering the story and you don't?
I remember playing it in a movie theater.
Anyway, just keep going.
Played it a
Okay.
lot.
I got
There's a story
Skitters.
there. That
Hey, I have
oh,
that.
nice. I've been
I
meaning
thought
to
it was
get that.
And it
The
was,
wonderful set.
I've been meaning to
it
get
was
that
under
for ages.
$18 on Amazon, so
That's pretty
got
sweet.
it.
Man, you're moving like an animatronic. You're doing this. You're like, it was under $18 on Amazon.
Okay,
It's over here.
animatronic
I don't know why
Stout
my
Lincoln.
My upload is so crap right now. My
Why?
download is great, but my upload is being stupid.
Why?
Probably because Comcast. But
What
anyway.
did you do
Because
to
he refuses
your
to get his own
internet on
internet
your end?
He shares internet with a bunch of people, and so he refuses to get his own internet connection. So
I see.
that's
Well, also though,
stuck.
Like-
That's why.
nobody else is using the upload, so there should be.
As far as you know, except for all the spyware they fucking put on their computers
Yeah, no doubt.
and phones.
How many toolbars does your mother have on her laptop browser?
How many ad buttons are stuck on the fucking phones they can't get rid of?
Yeah.
I found this at Goodwill. It looked
What?
kind of interesting.
What is it?
Vincent and Theo.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh.
can't.
I have actually seen that.
Your postage stamp stout.
I haven't actually heard of it, so yeah.
Pixelacious.
It's about Van Gogh. So
It looks even worse in my 4K.
and it starts him off.
The blocks are like an inch tall. It's crazy.
And then I got Mother of Tears.
Oh, nice. I still have to watch that.
I haven't seen it. So.
Me either. I've owned it for like 10 years.
Same here.
Fucking haven't watched it.
Like, yeah, final chapter of the Mother's trilogy. Gotta watch this
That
immediately.
means we should clearly all sit down and watch it together.
Yes, we should.
Otherwise, none of us are gonna watch it. Except Stout.
It's a good idea.
I got this because like I didn't even realize when I picked it up that they hadn't put this on Blu-ray because I thought for sure this was on Blu-ray, like from Criterion or something.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently not. Apparently this is the best way to get days.
Oh,
Correct.
very nice.
And it's factory sealed, so I bought it.
I'm jealous. Wanted to get that for a long time.
So good. And then at the dollar store, I also
Not enough money in
got
the world, you know.
a book about Michael Moore for $1.
Here comes
He
trouble.
talks about growing up.
Cool. That actually might be interesting.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Like, I don't like this guy, but maybe I like him more once I understand where he came from. Like, that.
I don't care whether or not I like him. It's just like interesting story. His life. Who knows?
Yeah.
How did he become
Well,
such
20
a?
pages of him. I played a lot of Atari.
Pundit.
Once I played Centipede and just excruciating detail for 12 pages about playing Centipede.
Oh my god!
Bored,
please.
Bored out of your fucking mind.
Dude, oh my god, I was actually
Apparently
playing Centipede today by a staggering coincidence. I fired up the Atari collection and was playing Centipede and
I was trying to play that earlier, but like fucking my controller, it wasn't like I could use my controller to use anything in the fucking menu, but as soon as I went to the game, I had to use the keyboard.
Really? Yeah, I just played it on the keyboard, so I haven't tried it with the controller
I
yet.
flipped through the pages of that book, and I saw a passage about how he was talking about how when he was a kid, his head was really big, and I was like, okay,
I can relate to this.
To read.
Well, maybe
I have a really big head too.
Maybe it's because his mom drank and soup.
It's like we're the same person.
I'm just picturing the scene in The Critic.
I was just thinking about George Bush talking about how his mom drank and smoked when he was in the womb and started laughing his ass off about it.
That was my favorite moment of the week. Are you kidding me? For those who don't know, George W. Bush did a interview. I can't remember with who, but he did this interview where he was talking about something his mom said, Barbara Bush, before she died in the hospital.
Another death this week.
She said, "Doctor,"
That's right.
She says, "Doctor, do you know why he acts this way?" And she's talking about and pointing to George W. Bush.
Yeah.
And she says, "Because I drank and smoked while I was pregnant with him." Apparently, he didn't understand that. He thought that was a joke. It wasn't a joke. She was being honest.
She's like, I'm dying.
It even tops the whole.
The best part is he didn't get it.
Yeah. And he was talking about it like, yeah, that was a funny joke my mom told me.
It just reminds me of that scene from fucking Tommy Boy.
So he was telling the story. Oh my god.
Yeah. That was our president. Former President George W. Bush.
Like I said, that statement, like I said, it reminds me of that scene in Tommy Boy where they're hosing him down with gasoline after he covered shit. And he goes, "Did you eat paint chips when you were a kid?" And he goes, "Why?" It's that same level of just like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just saw that again, actually, for the first time in ages. It was on TV.
Which one?
Tommy Boy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Such a good movie.
Modern classic. By the way, I'm done. That's almost.
Oh, right. Okay. Eric, the gamer of garbage.
So there is. I have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pickups.
Cool.
Some with stories behind them because I've been somewhere interesting for the last week.
He went traveling.
I went traveling across
the world.
Across the Utah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I went across the USA. I went to New Mexico. You're like, why in the fucking hell would you go to New Mexico?
Oh, there's a good reason.
The quick math.
The actual real. Yeah. I am the one who knocks anyway. But no, the actual reason me and my dad went to New Mexico is to go to Carlsbad Caverns, and one of it's absolutely incredible. If you ever get a chance to go. Like if you like going down to like spelunking or going into caves, stuff like that, that is the destination to be. And it's just holy crap. I won't go too much into that, but the other place we went to is a little town that people might know about. Little town of Roswell, New Mexico.
Yes.
Nice.
And you saw actual real live aliens.
I got video proof Speaking of that picture that I sent on Discord, yeah, I have video of those things moving.
Oh, there you go.
You saw the actual real aliens.
I saw the actual
real living aliens.
Yes,
living.
Here's my first pickup, which is their stamp of approval. Can't really see it. It's a stamped penny. It says Roswell, New Mexico UFO Museum.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
very nice.
You can see the UFO right there. I got thirsty at the UFO museum, so I got some UFO H2O.
Yeah, I love that.
It cost $5.
Yeah. It cost $1.
No, okay. At least they didn't rip you off.
No. But yeah, UFO H2O.
UFO H2O.
I mean, that's expensive water, but like that's like wells and tolerances. At least it's not $5. Like
yeah, water. A bottle of water is usually $1 most places.
So yeah,
but it's like around water.
Yeah. The old Roswell, I picked up shot glass.
That's
nice.
The truth is out there.
Truth is out there.
Roswell, New Mexico.
That's excellent.
The bottom of the shot glass should say truth, like inside it.
You found the truth by drinking booze.
Exactly.
I picked up another shot glass, not at Roswell. We ate at this restaurant called Peppers, which, by the way, I had a jalapeno burger there, and it had 2 full jalapenos on it.
Wow.
Nice.
Holy crap!
That's
I had
real shit,
fire. Right?
That was the day we were gonna fly home.
Oh no!
Never eat 2 full jalapenos and get.
I need to go poop fire now.
Christ! Did you paint the walls of the bathroom?
I think my ass burned a hole through the seat.
Excellent.
Literally paint the fucking walls of the toilet.
I just felt like, after a while, I just felt like I just had like a fist in my chest.
Oh.
He felt like he was being fisted, ladies and gentlemen.
That day. There's a time for the cleaning shit off the bathroom ceilings, son.
Yeah.
It was the fact that it had 2 full jalapenos on it. They were 2 full. They were sliced, but I can tell they were 2 whole ones because I had the front and the tail, 2 of them, and but they were also pickled.
Oh,
delicious!
It was just so it was heat and vinegar.
Perfect.
So good on a burger with like a little bit of barbecue sauce.
Oh yeah, it was an awesome burger. But
a dash of mustard.
But I also picked up a shot glass there that ironically glows in the dark.
Ooh.
So this is Pepper's Bar and Grill, Roswell, New Mexico.
Nice.
You can kind of see like where it glows.
Yeah, you can see
that's cool. The
greeniness.
So
the glowiness. Yeah.
So before I get to the very big last item that I have here, I want to share some pictures because I did something else in Roswell.
Mm-hmm.
I went on a tour, and I did a UFO tour with someone named Dennis Bathzar. And if you've heard that name before, then you've probably watched a UFO documentary on the Discovery or History Channel, or seen him. This is like he's one of the most famous people when you see on TV next to that weird fat bearded guy. Can't think of his name. This guy's so well known and so respected for what he knows that he is actually on the historical board of directors for maintaining the pyramids of Giza.
Wow.
That happened like 5 months ago. He was just accepted onto that.
Cool.
So this guy knows his shit. And so we went on a tour of New Mexico, and he showed us all the locations, that kind of stuff. Let me pull up the pictures here.
Everyone's like, the Ancient Aliens guy?
No, not the.
No, that's a different guy.
Let's see if I can.
No, not Mr. Crazy Hair Meme guy. No.
Not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
Pro tip: don't take off on airplane.
So his tour obviously talked about the UFO incident in 1940. Was it 1947?
Something like that.
Allegedly there were aliens that crashed in Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah.
So these are the locations he took us because he also talked about like the history of New Mexico.
Why is there a Knights Templar logo on the fucking?
That's not a Knights. That is the Iron Cross from Germany.
Oh, it looks like a
the Knights Templar.
So
and he showed us where all the secret societies hang out.
So yeah, it's the Iron Cross observation point. This again, it was just it was put there by in World War II by the POWs, prisoners of war, They were brought to Roswell, and they're like, why the hell were they brought to Roswell? Because in 200 miles in each direction, there's fucking nothing. So if they escape, have fun. They're gonna die in the desert out there. Because it is a high desert. So yeah, another piece they have. I don't know if you recognize what that is. That is an actual piece of the Berlin Wall.
Ah. Oh, neat.
So
that's pretty cool.
And it was donated. So this is the non-communist side. Obviously, you can see the graffiti on it. That's the communist side, nice and white.
They kept it clean.
Yeah, yes. They kept it clean. Oh yeah, there were alien light posts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. So some people might recognize this location.
Okay. Bad Boys?
This is no, not from a movie or anything.
Oh, the Bad Boys hangar? Oh no, okay.
But this Hangar 84. This is supposedly where the bodies and the parts were taken.
Oh.
So. Also, and for people who know your history, right out front here, there is a photo. There's an old black and white photo of the Enola Gay, which is the plane that dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima.
Oh yeah.
There's a picture of it parked right out front of this this hangar.
Oh wow!
It was said to have been maintained in Hangar 84.
Crazy.
Craziness. That's the guy. That's my dad. But the guy in the hat, the guy in the cowboy hat, is the guy that gave us the tour. That's Dennis. So if you recognize him, then yeah, he was in just me and my dad and touring with this guy.
I've probably seen him in documentaries before.
Oh yeah, I guarantee that you have.
Yeah.
That was our maitre d' outside of our hotel. No joke. That's in the elevator.
Nice.
I mean, Roswell is just like covered in alien stuff.
Yeah, well, I love how they've just totally embraced that and like made it their.
It gets to the point of being goofy.
Yeah.
So
as you take a sip from your glow-in-the-dark alien shot glass.
Exactly. There's another museum we went to about...
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for those who just joined us, this is what SNI has become today. Garbage Gamer is showing us vacation slides.
No, that was it, because I just wanted context for some of these
The craziness never ends!
And I just thought it was cool that I went on a UFO tour with a world-renowned UFO.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking awesome.
No, that's really neat.
So that's so.
And
there's that.
Went into those badass caves.
And
pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm. If you're a fan of or member of our Discord, you may have seen the pictures that I posted. Those are.
You can see more vacation slides in the Discord.
I just like the idea of it being Saturday night insanity, and then ka-chunk. Here's the outside of the museum. Here's the entrance to the museum.
Here's our tour guide. Here's the hangar. Here's a farther away shot of the hangar. And here's another shot of the hangar.
Here's a picture of the sky. I took that by accident.
Here's the floor of the elevator.
Yes. If you got into an elevator and it had a giant alien head on the bottom, would you not want to take a picture of it?
Well, yes,
no,
obviously.
Yeah.
You shut your heart out. Obvious question.
So last, but certainly not least, the day I got home, I had a little package waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
A little package had this in it.
Oh.
Dad of War!
Dad of War.
Or as I call it after playing a little bit of it,
Dog of War.
It's God of Horizon Zero Dawn War.
Awesome.
So, which is a good thing.
Sean, I still go back and watch that clip of you playing when you had to walk on the beams.
Oh, God. I just lost my mind.
And if you miss the beam entirely...
So yes, God of War, bunch of aliens, water,
yay,
and I can now say that I've been to Hangar 84 and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which is
pretty awesome.
Which is where the stuff was allegedly taken from Hangar 84 to Wright-Patterson Air Force, which is in Dayton, Ohio. So
that was awesome.
So yeah, I had quite an interesting week.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, climbing out of the Carlsbad Caverns.
I've been there.
It's
when I was younger.
It's 75 stories to where you start, or a mile and a quarter, where you actually start your 3-hour tour inside the caves.
3-hour tour. Sorry.
And they were never.
I apologize. I can't myself.
Oh no, I did it. And also, when walking in, there's a spot called Bat Cave, and you know how many times I heard people walking down, everyone was like, "To the Bat Cave."
Alright, we're gonna try this again.
I'm sure the tour guide never gets tired of hearing that one. Kill me.
Oh yeah, especially when we were there, the elevators that take you straight down to the platforms where you just go take your tour, take an elevator back out, they weren't working. So we had to walk the 75-story mile-and-a-half entrance in, and then walk it back out.
Awesome.
At a 40% grade uphill. Yeah, we could not feel our legs for like a day and a half after that.
I can imagine.
Oh my god, I'm not a physically fit person. Holy
Me
Lord.
either. I can relate to this.
It's just like...
Alright.
Where do I find my controller set up?
So,
I think the problem is I haven't.
aficionados, Chris.
Aficionados?
Good enough.
Close enough.
Aficionados.
Yeah. Make sure I'm still loud. All right.
You need to move the mic into your mouth.
Or turn the volume up because you're really quiet.
Into your mouth.
Turn your gain up.
Yeah, I can do that. Hello.
There you go.
Roar. All right, Blu-rays. We'll get right to them. First is an import from the UK because it's the only country where this is on Blu-ray.
The
That would
good old
be
Uck.
The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, the only country where this is. No, surprise!
Wow.
Like you had. Well, I guess now they have a second surgeon's point because there's a reboot coming out of the show for Amazon, which I do not like so far.
Okay.
But when Mr. Peabody and Sherman came out, the other thing I hated, that would have been a perfect time to release this on Blu-ray. And they didn't. In fact, I think this came out 2017, so it was last year this came out in the UK.
Wow.
And the cool thing, it actually has bonus features.
And that's the good Rocky and Bullwinkle movie.
I swear up and down, this movie is fan-fucking-tastic and should... I'm not even being ironic. This needs to be understood that this and the Speed Racer movie are some of the best adaptations of your favorite cartoons.
I dislike Speed Racer. Yes, that no, I don't.
I haven't seen that. I've seen it.
Well, fuck you and your Optimus Prime hatred.
I have seen it. I still have to finish watching Speed Racer, but I've seen enough of it to agree with you that it is actually a fantastic adaptation.
Speed Racer is great,
and people shit on it for all the wrong reasons.
It's one of those movies where just like people just assumed it was bad because it had a low tomato meter.
Whatever.
Because Rotten Tomatoes is the end all be all. I am not in focus, and that's annoying me.
First thing I do is remove those fucking stickers from my Blu-rays. I don't care.
Oh, the
what
certified fresh.
Yeah, I don't care.
I remember seeing the first film with that on there. I'm like, really? Really? we already have out of context quotes from reviews. Now we have to reassure you that it got a fresh tomato meter.
Anyway, I see Skinslip is now playing Atari Vault. Apparently, our Centipede discussion inspired him earlier.
I'm trying to actually fix the controller issue.
Another unpopular opinion of mine, I guess. Just going by what I know, this is actually my favorite Don Bluth film. Anastasia.
Wow, what's the matter with you?
I know. Well, I
what? Really, out of all of his films,
it's my. I did not say it's the best. I said it's my favorite.
Right.
I think there's a difference.
Explain why that one in particular.
I love the villain.
Okay.
I love the songs. Specifically, in fact, this was just turned into a Broadway musical, which is really good. I don't know. I guess a guilty pleasure. I enjoy it.
Just resonates with you, eh?
Well, I could also
don't ever feel guilty for liking something.
Well, I'm not guilty for liking it. I'm saying that from public scrutiny, it would be a guilty pleasure. I do not feel guilty watching. I feel great watching it.
Yeah,
I will admit there's rose-colored glasses. I have
pleasure
nostalgia bias for it because I actually had the gas station toys because that's how bad the promotion was for this movie. Is they could only get a gas station promotion.
Yeah, a lot of people have very specific favorites of Don Bluth movies, and he's got such a variety of films in his catalog that there's something that'll appeal to everybody. Me personally, my favorite of his is still The Secret of NIMH. Yeah,
that's a really good one too.
Which was his first solo.
The hard thing is picking his best.
Rover Dangerfield. It's my favorite.
That's not his. That is not his. I will kill you. I don't know how many people made that mistake. That and We're Back. People thought, oh, it's a Don Bluth movie.
I like that movie.
Yeah, and you're getting Don Bluth movies confused with fucking Disney movies.
I really liked Don Bluth's Peter Pan. That was great.
Shrek is my favorite Disney princess movie. Anyway, how about some good movies? Ones that I know none of you have anything bad to say. Because like the rest of you, I buckled down and got Mask of the Phantasm.
Yay! And that was Sub-Zero.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
You gotta have both. Come on. I need
to get Sub-Zero still.
I actually never saw Sub-Zero.
Oh,
so getting a Blu-ray was the first time I'd ever got to see it.
It's really good.
I had a Mask of the Phantasm poster as a kid, so nice. I love this movie.
Theme is definitely fuck you, Justin, because I can't look at my inventory.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't the only one. Sorry. Continue.
No, I mean, what do I have to say about these movies? You all fucking love them, and everyone here loves them.
Yes,
they're
we do.
They're great. They're waiting for the animated series.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of my absolute favorite comedy movies, and
it came out at the end of March.
I don't even explain this. Clue.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, Clue is amazing.
I saw that in the theater when it was new.
I will say a postscript to this. I just got my confirmed tickets for a local convention here in Phoenix called Phoenix Comic Fest. I am officially going to be meeting and getting a photo with Tim Curry.
Nice.
The butler cost a lot of money. In fact, to put it in a perspective, he cost more than Bill Shatner, who's also going.
Wow.
But it was worth it. And I'm going to get to see him
Are we talking over 100? Under 100? What's the deal?
100. He cost 100.
Oh, God. Wow.
Which, in my honest opinion, is fair because we kind of all know he's a ticking clock right now.
Tim Curry?
Yeah.
Dude,
Tim Curry had a stroke.
Fucking stroke, yeah.
He had a stroke. He's in a wheelchair.
Set up, right?
And he's not working. The last thing he did was
the only thing he has is conventions. You pay the fucking fee. That's what I'd say.
Exactly. So to me, it felt like a service to him to give him that $100 because like I get to meet him. And he gets to live a few more years. Hopefully.
Well, it's like you're kind of giving something back for all the years of enjoyment that he's given you.
Oh, he's worth the 100.
Absolutely.
Best quote I've ever heard. For every 1-star movie he was in, he's the reason it got that 1 star.
He's never the problem with the movies.
He is never the problem. He's the great thing. Ferngully is a terrible movie, and he's the greatest thing in it.
He's been in some terrible movies, but
you can't defend Ferngully if you're gonna shit on what was it? Rocky Bullwinkle. They shat on Anastasia.
Yeah, I can because Ferngully's actually good.
Rockastasia.
Oh. I mean, I like Ferngully, but it is a piece of shit.
Whoa.
Anyway,
them's fighting words.
More nostalgia. Well, actually, I don't even know if people like.
Why do people keep talking shit about Avatar? I mean, really.
Anyway. Say that. Bought another favorite of mine as a kid. I saw this, I think, when I was 7. My uncle, who works as a sculptor, this was like one of his favorite movies back in the day. Dragonheart.
Oh, nice. I actually showed that to Rosie recently. And
that's a great movie.
Yeah.
Get her started quickly.
Yeah. She loves anything dragons. So
me and Neil were talking about toys, and he was like, "Man, I got all these accessories," and he throws a picture up, and I'm like, "Holy fuck, I've seen these!" And then I look for Dragonheart toys. I'm like, "Yep, there are a bunch of Dragonheart toys," and he has a bunch of these random accessories for them. But it was just kind of
I actually had the Draco. I had the Draco toy as a kid.
That's pretty cool.
I believe Trendmasters did those.
Yeah, probably. I don't remember.
It's actually I've never seen a Blu-ray case like this, where it's a Elite case. But it doesn't have the little click thing that they usually have.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
I wouldn't complain. I hate the click thing.
Of course not. I just thought, I've never seen anything like this. Good for you for getting rid of those.
Yes.
But Echo Elite cases that do have little click things.
Yeah.
As some of you probably remember, I like this company called Disney. So much so that I am part of the Disney Movie Club.
I've heard this rumor.
What?
So I picked up both the Freaky Friday movies.
Hey, you got
the original with Jodie Foster and the, in my opinion, superior remake.
Actually, that was a really good remake.
Okay, that I have to disagree with you. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just
next going to say the Parent Trap remake's better, and I'm going to fucking disown you, Chris.
Okay, I do like the remake of the Parent Trap more. I do. Look,
okay.
Give
it doesn't
them,
have Haley Mills and Haley Mills.
I saw these, and because I saw these, I went out and saw the originals. I used, from the library.
I didn't say they serve a purpose. I just said they can't be. It's not better.
I don't know. I think they're better movies. I don't know why. Maybe I just liked Lindsay Lohan back then.
Yeah, she was her star was on the rise at that point in time.
She was a kid when I was a kid. So
yeah, and then she did Mean Girls like a year after that, which was
great movie.
Fantastic. Love that movie so much.
Me too, actually.
They did just
very
announce
well
that
done.
the Parent Trap movies are going to be released the same way. Disney Movie Club's been getting really good, because like I said, the Parent Traps are coming out, and they also just leaked that the speaking of Tim Curry, the Three Musketeers is coming out on Blu-ray.
Oh, I'm going to buy that.
And Holes is also coming out because both have anniversaries. 25th.
All right,
hey, the LaBeouf. When he was like 10.
I saw that.
Finally, getting some respect.
And now the last two.
I didn't hate that movie. I thought it was pretty good.
Holes is alright.
I don't know if I'd want to own it.
I didn't see the whole thing. I
gotta get Cool Runnings though. So there's two movies there.
I have to get Cool Runnings as well.
I knew that was good.
There's a lot of Disney Movie Club I gotta pick up. I'm really behind on that.
Condor Man. Yeah, Frank sent me that one. I'm so happy, so grateful.
Last two we got here. Another.
So not grateful when you said that. I'm so happy.
Frank sent it.
Oh, the Page Master.
Sorry, I'm tired. Page Master.
I fucking hate this cover though.
Macaulay Culkin reads books.
That movie deserves better.
Because apparently there's only one book character.
Yeah.
Only adventure. And you can't even claim sexism, they left out the one female. No, they left out the other guy too. There's so many missing characters.
And isn't that partly cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty good movie, actually.
How does that cover convey that at all?
One of the very few Joe Johnston movies I actually really like.
I need to revisit that movie because I have always hated that movie.
Unfairly.
So I need to see it again because so many people
you may not like it still.
I will say, I think it's
I need to give it a second.
I'll say you may not like it still, but you'll at least won't say it's a bad movie anymore. That's what I would say.
I think you could just say it's average.
Yeah,
I love this movie. I will say, I think this has the Near Dark effect, where the Near Dark Blu-ray was very clearly trying to mimic the Twilight movies.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was trying to mimic
a cover.
Sorcery movie series.
Which one, I wonder? Twilight?
And last, and certainly least, the universally reviled film that I have a very soft spot for. And again, import from the UK, because it's the only country where it's on Blu-ray, and perhaps that's for the better. Super Mario Brothers movie.
Hey! That's a fun movie. It's terrible, really, technically, but
that is
horrible adaptation.
Where
fun fucking movie.
Out a mathematical problem.
I love
actual problem in the movie. Yeah,
I love that. How it's like when you're that
Oh yeah, the only movie that has a plot hole that is literally a math problem. That's what it is.
That's true. Yeah.
If I recall correctly, the sets of this movie were done by the same person who did the sets for Blade Runner.
Cool.
Which explains why they're so awesome. And
that's a shame.
Unlike most things, this actually has some brand new bonus features just for this release.
You gotta pay the rent, you know.
There's been rumors of a Shout Select release, but I don't know at this point.
I would grab that.
Because Disney owns this, don't they?
No.
No.
No, it's like...
No, I don't think anybody owns it because nobody wants to own it.
No, Disney does not own it.
I swear Disney still owns the rights to this movie.
No.
Look, who released the DVD?
I don't know, probably...
We'll go to Amazon. They'll tell you.
The Blu-ray.com listing usually said Buena Vista. Because I know this was a Hollywood Pictures film.
Pretty sure it's not Buena Vista.
Pictures.
Hollywood Pictures
wasn't Hollywood Pictures a subsidiary of Disney?
Yes.
Then it would be a Disney film. Because Hollywood Pictures doesn't exist anymore, so who do you think owns the rights?
That is quite possible.
Who released the DVD? That's who's got his home video rights.
I believe that was Buena Vista.
Does it say? It should say on the back. You're holding it in your hand.
Well, no,
this is a UK release.
This is a UK release. This is Second Sight for this.
Totally Disney. No.
Yeah, no. If it says Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo washed
Here
their
we
hands
go.
of that
Hold on.
long ago.
It's,
they actually linked
Hollywood
to the,
Pictures. I guess Disney does own it. Wow.
I still say.
God damn.
Well, hey, Disney licensed Gravity Falls to show.
They don't have everything. They don't have everything yet.
It's entirely possible. Like that like gives me hope that maybe
if
they'll
Gravity
license
Falls
some other
sells
stuff.
really well, which let's be honest, of course it is.
Yeah,
It's apparently going to open up communications.
Yes,
but
so
I think it's going to be very limited.
See how much money we made for you, Disney, and
I mean,
you didn't
the
have
brand
to
was
lift
just
a finger.
discontinued in 2007. So,
First things first.
11
If
years
those
ago.
communications open, finish DuckTales.
Yeah, finish DuckTales,
please,
Darkwing
the love
Duck,
of fucking God.
Gummy Bears. Yeah.
Because again, there's the
DuckTales.
synergy. The reboot's out right now. It's the perfect time to put out a complete series.
Oh, you think?
Or just put out the last fucking set like you were fucking supposed to.
Well, actually, we did get some news about that. I don't know if you heard, but they're putting out a single disc release of episodes from the new series, and included as a bonus on that single disc release are 2 of the 25 episodes of the original that have yet to be released. So there you go. So we're getting.
Fuck you.
So that only leaves 23 episodes left.
Hey, they're giving you what you asked for,
That
okay?
is such a fucking.
And they're giving it to you the way that you want it.
That is dangling a milk bone in front of us.
I know.
You
It's
motherfuckers.
so offensive.
Literally, just like tickling your taint.
This from the people
Please
who
just
are
suck it or
releasing-
get the fuck out
Move
of
on.
here. Jesus.
Suck your.
This from the people
What?
who.
No, my dick. Tickling my taint. Anyway, never mind. Jesus Christ.
This is from the people who gave you like Goof Troop in volumes for how long?
Yeah. To be fair,
I bought those.
Not too
Disney Movie
surprising.
Club put out the entire series of Goof Troop. I know because I have.
Nope, it's not the entire series.
Yeah, it is. All of it, everything, it's all there.
Nope.
The denial is
You don't get to be
Every
happy, Sean.
episode
What
ever.
part-
That would be that's my favorite one. I would have been over the moon if that were a fact.
All right, what are they missing? Because I've got a shit ton of Goof Troop.
Like 2 other seasons, I think.
No, not that much.
If I remember correctly, I think volume 1 and 2 only makes up the first season.
I think because you loved it so much, you just wish they had another couple seasons. Like that's what's going on here.
Or maybe you're wrong. Did you ever think about
That's it,
that?
actually.
Nope,
yeah.
never. I am Zaren Isaac. I am never wrong about anything.
Oh, no, okay.
Just ignore
The
that
first
video I did a
volumes-
few weeks ago entitled "I Was Wrong."
The first 2 volumes only makes up 54 of the 65 of the first season, so it's not even the whole first season out.
Wow. 65. How many episodes was the second season? Can't be another 65.
It was only 13 for the second season.
Okay,
so
that makes
hypothetically, you could have done a volume 3.
So basically one volume.
Done.
Yeah.
What? It's always one volume.
So okay, finish Goof Troop 2 then. Jesus. Finish them all. And how about actually putting out some proper sets of Aladdin and the Little Mermaid TV shows? Just saying. The only place I know where we got any episodes at all of either of those was the Disney Princess, 3 volumes, which had some single discs, which had some random episodes of both of them, and that was
or your local bootlegger.
Well, yeah, bootleggers have everything because
I don't want to bootleg Disney. I shouldn't have to bootleg Disney. Disney should be happy to give me what I want so that I can pay exorbitant prices for it.
I have money.
Yes,
I want
exactly.
to give it to you.
Yeah,
I don't
have
want you.
I accept that you're going to charge me out the ass. Just give it to me.
No, you don't want Goliath Chronicles. Fuck you, you want Goliath Chronicles.
I want Timon and Pumbaa.
Well, I'll tell you what, Angel Tarragon. Fuck Goliath Chronicles.
Hey, on the plus,
I want all of it. Yeah, I want that too.
I want it just for the completion's sake. But yeah, I mean, at least we did get the rest of Gargoyles finally.
It wasn't the worst series. Come on, guys.
Yeah. It's still more Gargoyles.
Right. Yeah.
And I want the rest of Conan the Adventurer. And, and the Young Conan Chronicles. I don't care if it's Mr. Conan.
Conan and the Young Warriors, I mean.
What did I say? The Young Conan Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't
Conan
have to
and the Young Warriors. You knew what I meant.
It's terrible. It's really, truly terrible, but I still want it.
Exactly. So do I.
Just give it a budget release. Just whatever special features you have left over, just give it to me.
Mill Creek.
So let's not actually release these things, all right?
Just, Mill Creek.
That'd be cool with Mill Creek. Shit. Really. I'd be more than happy.
Yeah.
Just license it out already. That's all we're saying. And we're saying it to every fucking company out there. We know anything unless you can sell 5,000 or 10,000 fucking copies of it. Yeah. We get it. So if you don't want to put the money into releasing it, license the product out so that people can get what they want.
Exactly. And make it affordable. Don't license it out for such exorbitant price that no one can afford it because you're an asshole.
What are we talking about? Twilight Time?
That's what a lot of those companies do. They're like, oh yeah, we'll license it, but you have to pay us $5,000 more than it's ever worth or whatever,
Yeah.
A lot of these small companies can't afford that.
No. So, is that it for your pickups, Chris?
That was it for a while ago.
Oh, okay. I just realized
I was waiting for you to move on.
Okay. Cass, what'd you get this week?
Nothing.
Awesome. Skinslip, what'd you get this week?
Nothing. I'm broke.
Awesome. Me, what'd I get this week? Nothing. All right, I guess we're done.
Yay!
The quickest pickups in history.
Yeah, it was pretty silly.
Consider it a blessing that the last 3 had nothing, because then you didn't bleed over their pickup lineup with that ranting.
That is true. We just had a pleasant conversation about things that we wish were on DVD.
Maybe someday. And by maybe someday, I mean never.
But remember, kids, do what I did and pre-order Gravity Falls directly from Shout Factory so that they get the money, and therefore it becomes a hit. And when it does, we'll get more things from Disney licensed to Shout Factory.
Please.
Do that now. You get a lithograph, and you get it 2 weeks early from release date.
Yes. It's pretty.
Why wouldn't you want to pre-order?
What?
I said, why wouldn't you want to pre-order from Amazon?
Because lithograph?
Okay.
Is that the only difference with the special edition? Is you get the lithograph?
Sell the product.
Yep.
Sell it.
Okay. All right. Cool. I hope it. I'm assuming it will, because Show Factory's pretty thorough about this thing. But I'll just say for the record, I hope it includes the little web shorts that they did as well for Gravity Falls.
Well, I assume that comes with the license.
Those were hilarious. I like
Can't
the
do
one.
anything, unfortunately.
I like the one about Seuss fixing things. And he's trying to make it like he's trying to be like a YouTuber basically and put in all these like digital effects, but he's really bad at it. So they all look just horrible and like clumsily pasted into the image and stuff, and it's hilarious.
I think MegaSexLR has a rights issue that has never been resolved.
Yep. In fact, the two creators, I guess, had a falling out and don't talk to each other.
Oh.
And so that's the big thing. Like they don't. One of them they're not talking. I guess.
I thought the main thing was that MegaSexLR was one of the shows that was actually a tax write-off and cannot be redistributed or aired again.
Well, fuck.
No,
that's what I heard.
I talked to somebody who's friends with them, so...
Yeah, I don't think so.
So maybe it's two issues.
It might be more than one issue, easily. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
I mean, all of us want MegaSexLR. That show's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a good show.
But sometimes life isn't fair.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Big sleep.
I didn't even realize this is a first edition.
Damn.
First edition. It's gonna be worth like $2 in the future.
$2.
$2. I want my $2. Alrighty. Well, I think that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I need to go because I need to sleep. Although on the plus side, I'm not on 7 a.m.s anymore. I start 9 a.m.s tomorrow, so it means I can actually get a little more sleep, which will be nice.
Just quickly, your SSX3 story I was thinking of is when you said you had that night at the theater for all the staff.
Oh, yes.
And you had the game set up and everybody was playing it, but they said like they were beginners at it, and obviously you and Ben were experts by this point.
They sucked, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, Ben and I had been just playing it religiously for weeks, so we knew all the tricks and all the like sort of ways to get all the best tricks and points and paths and stuff. So yeah, so basically with the it was like staff party, and we had so in the smallest theater they would set up a video projector. And so I brought in my PS2, and we fired up SSX3. And yeah, everybody was playing and wanted to try it and just sucked. And then Ben and I were just like, should we show them how it's done? It's like, yeah, let's do it. So, so we just played, and we're just like, doing all these tricks and like just like flying like 100 feet in the air off a half pipe and doing all these flips and tricks and turns and twists and everything and landing perfectly, and everybody's just like, oh my god, how do you do that? It's like, it was great, yeah. All the cute girls were really impressed, and that's all that mattered. And then, of course, we went home alone. As we
of course.
Did.
But no, I love the visual I always had of that, just like people playing and like maybe doing a little trick or them falling and like all this stuff. Yeah. It's like, let's show them how it's done, and boom, 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 oh my god!
Yeah, well, and it was split screen too, so we were both like just rocking out the tricks like nobody's business, and and everyone was just blown away.
Great when you have those little like moments of just epicness when it's like. I find for me personally, because there's very few things I'm really good at, but when I have a moment like that where I can show something and everyone's like, holy crap,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely strokes the old ego a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice to have those few fleeting moments.
Yes, very, very few and very fleeting.
Fleeting moments. The best.
I was king of the world for a minute.
Yep.
That moment when you realize you wasted your 15 minutes of fame on a fucking video game in a theater.
Yeah. Impressing a bunch of 16-year-old girls. It's like, well...
like, I wouldn't take you home and sleep with you if I wanted to, so...
Yeah.
Are we doing S9 early next week again?
It's just, just nice to feel appreciated for a little bit. I don't know, maybe. We'll see I'll see how I feel next week.
We're just curious, like, if you're still working the same schedule we assumed you would be.
No, I'm a little later.
Depends on how you feel.
So we'll see. We might do it at 8, might do it at 9. We'll just see how.
Through this jail, stop at.
Might just want to do it an hour earlier, just to do that. I've been watching the Friday the 13th movies this week, which I think I mentioned last week. I'd started on them. I just finished the 6th one, so I've only got 2 left for the set that I've got, and then I have to acquire 9 and 10 to finish it off.
I think yes, 4 so far. That was my favorite. I can't remember
4.
exactly.
4 was really good. Actually, I really liked 4 a lot. Honestly,
I just remember being kind of goofy, and I loved that about it.
It was, yeah, it was. Well, especially Crispin Glover's character was so funny in that. He was just so perfectly awkward.
The dance.
Was I a dead fuck? No, you were amazing. I was amazing.
Was I a dead fuck?
And then machete to the face. It's just that's perfect. That's the perfect moment.
Yep. I mean, I like the even number ones are I don't think there's a single bad one. There's even the worst one, which everyone says is 8, is one of my favorites. But I mean, watchable, very watchable.
I've heard good things about 7, so I'm looking forward to jumping into that one.
I like all of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, I think. Honestly, watching them all back to back, I found them to be actually quite consistent. For the most part. It's a proper continuing story, which definitely gets bonus points for me. And I find most horror franchises have kind of derailed by that point. After Nightmare on Elm Street 5, they did Freddy's Dead, which wasn't really a direct sequel. It just kind of was in some unknown time in the future. And then Nightmare 7 was something completely, just turning the whole idea on its head entirely. Again, not even a sequel.
That's the series, though.
It's so good, but it's... But my point was they had the continuing story of 1 through 5, and then it just kind of went off into other things. And then Halloween... You got the continuing story of 1 through 5, and then it kind of reboots a little bit and does 7 and 8, which ignores 4, 5, and 6.
Well, and 3 also is a sidetrack too.
And then 3 is a sidetrack, and then you have
1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, and then you have and it's 1, 2, 7, 8. And then you have the 2 remakes, and now we'll have another reboot again with 1 and then the new one.
Which I think they should be 1, 2, the new one. goddammit.
And then you have, we're talking about earlier, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is just all over the fucking map. I can't even wrap my head around that.
Now, if you watch them in a row, there is actually continuity if you think about the fact that each one's about 10 years apart.
Okay. All right.
2 and 3 are the closest to, and they're the most alike in the way they look.
Hellraiser.
Oh, God.
What is it? 1 through 4, and then just immediately derailed hard.
A sharp cliff, fucking sharp teardrop. So you're on 1 and 2 is the start of this hill, then it's a slight little decline for 3, a slight decline for 4, and then a huge fucking drop.
But with Friday the 13th, it's 1 through 8, solid storyline, pretty much all the way through.
Even better for Child's Play series. It's the most consistent of all.
I was going to say Child's Play is another one that does that.
It's the most consistent.
I think Phantasm did as well, didn't it? For its 5, it's a
mostly.
Okay.
Phantasm can be a little convoluted, a little bit vague.
I haven't seen them, so I can't really say. But and I think the Leprechaun movies were kind of continuity based as well.
But Child's Play is the best. Child's Play is the best because it literally is the tightest continuity. Each one picks up back to the last one.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
except for the last 2, but the last
also aren't that many bad, truly terrible Child's Play movies. Just saying.
3 is the worst of the series, and
I know you hate 3, but it's not that bad.
There's been a couple, as it's gone on, there's been a couple of minor inconsistencies, or I guess vagaries, really, with the Friday series, like how, without giving it away for those who haven't seen it, like for example, with how 5 ends and 6 begins, there seems to be some missing information there between the two, and in particular with the character of Tommy. That's all I will say.
The ambulance driver. What the fuck? That's all I have to say about that. Anyway,
I actually like.
I just like what. Okay.
I actually liked that. I liked that it was. They tried something different, and it wasn't what you were necessarily expecting. I enjoyed it as a sort of standalone entry in the middle of the Jason story. You know, it's still part of it. Like it still fits in the continuity.
If I were to do a series, I'd actually remake that, like the idea of that, but then like make it it's a cursed mask.
Oh.
So Jason possesses whoever's wearing the mask.
I see.
And like it's like a dark force that calls to you, right?
So that'd be if you did it like as a series.
Yeah, that's how you open it up as a series, exactly.
So then it could be like an anthology, but at the same time, the continuity would be the mask passing from person to person.
Exactly. And so I do a remake of 1 and 2 as like the 2 movies, and the third movie would be
like as an origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, people would complain about that too. But they kind of did that with Jason Goes to Hell, but you'll see.
Complain about everything. I've seen Jason Goes to Hell. That was actually the first one I saw all the way through.
I really like that movie too, as a horror film. Yeah. I don't know if it's a good Friday the 13th film.
I thought it was fun. I liked some of the self-referential humor, like kind of poking fun at the tropes a little bit at the beginning.
Makes a good double bill with Night of the Creeps.
Yeah.
All the weird slug monsters in that.
But yeah, and I am aware there is an uncut version of Jason Goes to Hell, so when I do grab it, I will make sure to get that version.
I've never seen it.
The uncut version?
Oh, really? Cut, yeah.
Apparently, it makes it even better. So,
is that available on the Blu-ray set?
No.
Okay, so it's like I have to go find
so.
it. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's I found a triple feature DVD, which has the uncut and theatrical versions of Jason Goes to Hell. It's got Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason, so it's like a triple bill.
Really? Is that an official release and everything?
The 3 New Line ones. Yeah, it's like $26, I think, on Amazon.
Holy shit.
So I was going to grab that, but I didn't quite have enough in my gift card balance, so I'm just going to have to wait a little bit.
Blu-ray or DVD?
It's DVD. The uncut version is not on Blu-ray. In fact, neither of them are on Blu-ray at all, other than in that 12-movie set that came out.
Gotcha.
I think there's some Region B releases. So
oh, there is. It's a Spanish release.
Okay. I don't know if it's the uncut version, though.
I will look.
So, yeah. So, anyway, enjoying the Friday the 13th movies. Probably going to do some kind of video about them. I don't know if I'm going to do, like, individual movie-by-movie reviews. I might just do kind of an all-encompassing one. I haven't quite decided yet.
Oh, here it is. It's a Jason Slasher collection, right?
Okay.
Is that what the one you're talking about?
Which one?
The Jason Slasher collection?
Jason Slasher collection.
I'm trying to find this multi-pack that you speak of.
Oh, the one I was looking at? It's a 3-disc...
Oh, so it is the New Line Slasher collection. Okay.
I think it is, yeah. Hold on, maybe I have it. Yeah, there. Yeah, that's what it is. It's in my cart right now. It's $21.
Okay, all right.
All right, yeah. So that has the uncut version.
Ooh, someone got 12 with the shipping on that. Oh, that's even cheaper still.
Yeah, because the reason I know that is because I looked at the back, and it clearly shows it not rated and restricted, so it's got both.
A company I actually like. I've ordered from Phase 3 before. I'll order from them.
Phase 3?
I'm just looking through because there's like 5 or 6 people selling it for $21 with Prime shipping. So I was trying to find which one of the ones I've ordered from, just so I could, be consistent. So I've gotten things not damaged from these people.
Oh yeah, and I gotta get the remake as well. That's easy to get.
Oh, did you have the same? Apparently, I stole Fly Attractor's possession idea. Oh, whatever, dude. Happens. I didn't see it.
Mass unconsciousness.
Yeah, I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't read your chat. I don't read the chat very often. The only reason I looked at this because someone tagged me.
Oh.
Hey, we've had that happen.
Go ahead.
We came up with a great idea for a movie about, because we are always hanging out in these kind of chats, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, what if there was a movie, like a horror movie, where there was some weird shit happening, on one person's camera, and nobody could tell what was going on, and then it starts happening on somebody else's camera, and they're like halfway across the world. So how the hell is this even connected? What's going on?
Oh,
and then the movie Unfriended came out.
Yeah, we were talking about a haunted hangout. We're talking about sequences where we could pull up the phone and get in the hangout, and we could film it because it's all CGI effects, right? So we can just wander through a dark house.
Yeah.
With a flashlight, and then you can put the ghost pop up later or whatever. We're talking about doing all these neat things, and each camera goes away, someone gets killed.
Yeah.
And I just thought that really it was a haunted hangout. Someone goes to get revenge on them via the hangout.
Yeah.
They bullied someone into committing suicide, and then guess what? Unfriended basically stole the whole fucking premise of her goddamn.
Clearly, they were in the hangout that night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in our version of the movie, I would be the first one to get afflicted by this thing, and nobody would notice. Getting horribly mutilated and blood spurting everywhere. And everyone's like, "So I got this Blu-ray."
We set up like this, right, Cassie? Earlier in the show, or in the movie, you were just wandering around the background doing kitchen stuff, and you're making racket. We all ignore the fact that you hurt yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. And then later on, you do something, we notice it, and the third time happens, and we don't notice you actually get killed.
Exactly.
While we're talking, it just kind of happens. Oh shit!
The cast that crashed Wolf.
Yep.
Cast crashing around again.
Massive crashing. Oh, he's probably just in the kitchen.
Ow!
Live horror improv.
Stop stabbing me.
You're rough. Can you please in the Discord chat please post me a link to one of these horror improv streams? I gotta see this.
And I
gotta get on this shit. This sounds awesome.
I think the sort of spirit of Jason idea was already kind of in Jason Goes to Hell anyway, if I remember correctly.
It was. That's why I said it's kind of like Jason Goes to Hell, but through the mask instead of the weird tentacle monster.
Yeah.
The iconic part of Jason is his fucking mask. So
yeah.
You'd want that to be the source of the infection, and of course you can't destroy it. It's a magical item. It means it has to take a magical means to destroy it.
That's right. See, that was interesting to me, was seeing the evolution of Jason in the first three. How, the first one, he's not even the main character in it. The second one is where he really has his first sort of big thing, but he doesn't have the mask yet. And then the third one, when he finally gets the hockey mask, as soon as I saw it, when I saw the character that he gets it from, just walking around carrying it, I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be it, isn't it? It's like, I felt like I'm seeing history in the making, and then...
You are?
Yeah, and then when he walks out for the first time with the mask, I was just like, and there it is. That's the moment right there. It was awesome. It was so
and you're
much
like,
fun.
Shit, now I know this guy's gonna fucking die.
Yeah. So he's not just gonna give him the mask.
Give me that mask. Okay, here you go.
Fine. Yeah, because that's totally Jason. He's like the lunch money bully. Except he's got a machete instead of a slingshot,
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
That's right for parody.
Weren't we supposed to have the show like
that? Jason.
Yes, Justin.
What was that? Stout man?
I said, weren't we supposed to end the show like 15, 20 minutes ago?
Oh, yeah. So we got talking about horror movies. Alrighty. That's it for this week, everybody. Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Special thanks to Aficionados Chris for just randomly showing up and crashing our party.
Hey, in original Cran, that's why he comes to the show.
I know.
Not random.
That's
okay. To show up.
But it's more fun if people think it's random. He just wanders off the street every few months and shows us some Blu-rays and complains about Disney, and then we see him in another 6 months.
Just shows up.
No warning, nothing. Of course, everybody can see the chat. Or he's like, "Hey guys, mind if I come in?" It's like, don't read that.
I don't want to interrupt anything. Got a flow going.
It's totally spontaneous.
We were actually talking about that recently. the era when you lost your internet for a few months back, like 6 years ago.
Oh yes.
And that was like when I kind of got to know this whole group.
And I spent that time playing Fallout 3 every day.
I was saying it was funny how I remember the era when I like asked permission to hang out with like Stout and Eric and all them. It's like I wasn't quite part of the cool kids group yet.
It was funny, because I remember when I came back, like you'd been hanging out with them for a while, and there was like a joke. Because like I came into the hangout, and you're like, "Okay, guys, well, Sean's back, so I guess my work is done. I'll see ya."
Yeah, I was replacing Sean. I'm like, "Well, bye."
That's right. Yeah, you're already having your regular McLean is here, so I'll just leave.
The acting McLean.
You're the Shemp McLean.
That's right. The temporary fill-in.
But it was funny, like
the understudy.
It was almost a blessing in disguise, because I mean, up to that point, I only really knew all these guys like through you.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
Like I'd chat with them and hang out with them, but it was sort of like I knew them as your friends.
Yeah.
And so that was finally the time when I actually got to know them on my own accord. So
Can I hang out with you?
Yeah.
Can
well,
I
that was
be
also
your
back when we were
too?
Well, that was back when we were doing it on Skype too. So of course I couldn't just like waltz in.
Oh yeah.
Like someone actually had to invite me, so I'd be like, "Hi guys, anybody doing anything?"
The days of mousy, timid Cass.
Or I'd just start watching. Or I'd just start watching what they were watching on Beetle and just start quoting it until they'd eventually let me in when they figured out I'm trying to hang out with them.
That's right. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm just like literally just quoting random lines from whatever it was, so they'd figure out that I'm also watching it. Like, oh, maybe we should let him in.
I think he's actually there right now, watching what we're watching. Alrighty. Well, have yourselves a good week, everybody. For the third time. Have your goodbye. And we'll see you next time. Until then, sayonara.
You suck.